top level. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, guys, gals, and enemy pals, to FallapaTWOza, the second iteration. This is a duos Fall Guys tournament for $2,000 prize on the line, sponsored by the community. Grand Pooh Bear and I, during the break, we were talking about speedrunning a little bit, and Super Mario Odyssey speedrunning, and how good of a game it is to get into, but also how it can be probably one of the most punishing games to play.
It is. It's both simultaneously like one of the most approachable speedruns and one of the most intimidating, in my opinion, because I think the like medium level strats are extremely easy to learn. You know, getting like a sub 110 is not that bad at all for a new runner. You can get that pretty quick, but cutting that last, you know, 5, 6, 7 minutes off to get those really like high times, now that is extremely difficult. So GTA
I can't even keep a straight face.
Yeah, speaking of speedrunners right here, though, I mean, talk about a guy who's accomplished, you know?
BTA's a seasoned Super Mario Brothers speedrunner, world record holder of the Warpless category still, I believe, to this day, teaming up with the Hacksaw, which is a prominent Super Mario Brothers 3 speedrunner, and here he is.
Wow, now, oh my God, wow. This is, I feel like this is a personal shot to me right here. That I appreciate what Hacksaw done. I gotta give a lot of love to Hacksaw. It's been really fun seeing Hacksaw come to like
the question is
kind of like seeing like the start of his streaming career and go from being a guy who was, you know, just starting Mario 3 to now being one of the greatest runners out there of the game. Multiple GDQ runs. He's beaten me at a race at GDQ. Just very, very, very incredible. Also, the thing I love about Hacksaw is that he will always be a guy who will talk smack with me. He'll always talk smack with me, and I really, really appreciate that. Yeah, I love that about him. You know what I mean? No matter what happens, he will talk some smack with me, and I really, really, it's something I always admire about the man.
Yep, if he can dish it, or if he can take it, he can dish it, you know?
Yeah.
It's always good to see. A little competitive rivalry going on. We
got Triumph Returns over here on the left side. A little bit of a heel in the Fall Guys community. And usually when someone becomes a little bit of a heel, it's because they win a lot. They do really well. And that is definitely true with Triumph Returns. He's extremely good at this game. Very fast. Very confident, and not afraid to show you that he won.
Get up. I'm out.
Triumph and Chewy Louie, yeah, you know, for making football references. I don't watch a whole lot of sports, but I can tell you that they are a bit of like the New England Patriots of the Fall Guys community. They have this reputation for being the ones who are always going to win. And they prove it. FallapaTWOza champions returning, facing off against, and you know, I might be a little bit biased, but they're facing off against my brother's team this year. Peroxide is my brother. The FallapaTWOzers, they call themselves. They were out in the first round of the first tournament. Maybe they can, you know, use that reverse psychology to their advantage and upset the returning champions in the first round. We'll see.
Okay, so this is fascinating to me. First of all, I had no idea your brother's stream. Okay. Secondly, you don't have him in our top secret Discord. Like, what are you, like, gatekeeping your brother? Like,
oh,
you
listen,
cool. You gotta get cool before you get in our friend Discord here. Like, poor guy.
You know what? I'll drag him right in there. He'll be playing Minecraft with us tomorrow. You know.
Oh my gosh, that's great. So same mom, same dad, I'm assuming. Right?
Just the mom, yeah.
Just the mom. Okay. So I have the same situation. I was gonna say, I would have never guessed that. Y'all do not look that much alike right there.
Yeah, he got my stepdad's genes for sure. Like, me and my mom and my sister, we are like identical twins, but my brother, just, you don't see it, and it's kind of funny. But we grew up together, you know, so we kind of are, you know, for all intents and purposes, brother and sister, like full.
Younger, older?
I'm older, yeah.
I was gonna say he looks younger.
He's a young guy, yeah.
What is so he just started streaming recently?
He did, yeah. He started up on Fall Guys a couple months ago. I kind of got him on the bandwagon.
I love
DC
this. I love
rules,
this. I can't.
we
He,
get
you know,
one
he's about
individual
3 months
disconnect
away
per-
from the
per
RGB
game.
lights behind him. Like I can already
For
see
each
where this is
individual
going
gets a
for him. You know, like
It's funny. He actually has a strip.
So if you
He's
do
got an
see-
LED
yeah,
strip kind of like on the side that's facing him, and obviously he's doing that because he can see it. But it's only a matter of time before that strip runs all the way around the room. You know?
yeah, we know how it all happens. You know what I mean? As I change the lights behind me, you know, we've all we've seen how this goes.
May the best boxer win.
Look at what we're dealing with here.
A little jinx action.
Oh, yeah,
Immediate round one,
Yeah.
Jinx, just like we saw the first time. And it's not the worst thing to see. Not the worst thing to see. Like we said, it kind of just is a fast forward to the next round. But look at this domination from the yellow team. They've got like double the amount of players left. Blue is like scrambling on their heels right now.
We got this.
Okay.
Yeah, no, this is like the easiest
Yeah,
Jinx win of
this
my
is,
life.
Keep the thumbs up. We need to
The
know
Young
what they-
Beans. I wonder if
Okay,
this
I
is
got
a
it.
reference to the Young Bucks, and if it is,
Where's the last
shout
one?
out to
Where's the
that
last
team.
one?
They are now my new favorites to go in.
Oh, I see one.
There you go. Just like
that.
Center.
Yep. You make a
Okay,
wrestling
got it.
reference, you
Yeah,
are
no,
my new
we
homie.
crushed that, man.
That was no comparison.
Look at this lower left stream
That's,
delay
like, the
though.
best Jinx lead I've ever had. Like,
Speaking
you're
of,
right at one
you know,
point.
keeping it in the family references, my mom actually in the chat right now, Planner Diva, saying,
I
"Oh
have a
yeah,
question for
Peroxide
you.
is on the way to LED lights. It's happening."
It's happening. It's happening. Is he like, oh, I can't let my brother be the only one who gets to game for a living. You know, I
Yeah.
gotta get in on this.
He's taking a peek. He's like, "Oh yeah, I could do that."
Yeah.
We played games together all like growing up, so it's only natural. Only natural. Give it a try.
Absolutely.
gotta
That makes
just-
me. That makes me happy. I'm gonna have to raid him. I had no idea you even had a brother until like 2 seconds ago, and
we
we've
go.
gotten to know each other pretty well over the last few months, Dangers. So I'm shocked by that. Shocked, I tell you.
You know what? I'm gonna blame COVID on this one because I feel like a lot of the more personal conversations they happen in person. They happen when you can do it over a couple of drinks. So
Yeah, definitely. He's not ashamed of you. Don't worry,
No.
he's not ashamed.
no, I'm proud. I'm proud. He's already got affiliate in the first like 3 months of streaming. Like, let's go.
Oh man, that's great.
I'm actually really interested to see this matchup here also.
Yeah, Miggy Moan. I'm familiar with him. Very, very good
Just
player
make sure
down
it's
there.
Yeah.
Looking to see big things out of him here in this FallapaTWOza.
Yeah, teamed up with Hey Melody, who usually participates in the
Sorry,
group
if they get
Fall
the-
Guys tournaments, but has made a serious name for herself, timing out a lot with like some of the biggest players.
We're
So
still up. We
So,
still have
silver.
good lead this
very,
round.
very like
So
good
we'll
Fall
pretty
Guys
much
player.
kudos,
Hopefully able to bring it here. Eminem is one of the teams that did make the top 8 in our last tournament as well. So all eyes on them.
I got to have a chat with one of the opposing.
Got the E-boys over here. It's Matty Boy.
Oh,
In another stream.
oh, like one of the.
You know what I like about It's Matty Boy's setup right here is, I mean, we're just critiquing setups at some point, you know, but I gotta say, he's a streamer who makes his bed.
Which one?
Streamers, if you have your bed in your background, make
No,
your
I
bed,
do not.
please.
Yeah.
You don't
Oh,
remember.
please,
You
yeah.
just know what you're playing.
You know,
Yeah.
the environment is a reflection of the person, and you don't want to look
Yeah.
like a slob on live TV. Come on.
Yeah.
Little wall guys here. Miggy Moan coming up the wall, and first place, I think. Oh, the banana kind of takes a hint to just wait at the top, and Miggy's gonna do some of the heavy lifting.
What a friendly
As far as
guy.
I'm moving it. That's as
You
far
know,
as I'm moving
good
it.
guy.
As far as
Miggy
I'm
Mo.
moving you. You
Yeah.
heard him say, that's as far as I'm moving. You're gonna have to make that jump now.
I was gonna
You got to
pull it.
be
I
a
was gonna
gamer.
pull it.
Oh, look at this! I actually didn't
do
know
that
you
next
could do
time.
that. He uses the other
would
platform
stuff
to
like
continue
this.
pulling the block, and it works.
And
like,
it pushes the one he's on. It's even
Yeah.
pushing the platform he's on. I had no idea that was a thing. Yeah.
Today I learned. A couple other griefers pulling the block away, though. This is going to be kind of tense because now you have a fork in the road. Which path is going to get to the end faster? And it looks like it's going to be
Yep.
this one. Everybody scrambling to the left side.
Oh my god, my
Oh
jump
no.
is
Miggy,
Melody misses.
Unfortunately.
Melody misses her jump. The right side's opening up as well, and everybody's going to come flooding in. All the qualifications are going to happen. All of the fall ballers are in. It's going to be down to Eminem to finish it off, and it looks like they're going to be just squeaking in. No.
Oh, unfortunately.
Tell me, because I was like literally.
Oh, total domination.
Melody,
Yeah.
unfortunely, not making it in.
And then
You
there's, like,
heard,
all
you
blue and
saw
with
Miggy
all
right
blue
there
red
try
team
to
fighting
try to
over that
block one more
penguin.
player.
Oh, there you go. I guess I got-
Unfortunately,
You just
not
run on
enough
outskirts.
time.
Oh, this is great.
I'm getting ragdolled, but yeah, lost a penguin at the
I don't
moment.
know if you guys can hear that over on your end.
it.
Discord typically has a little bit of sound gate going on, but Kitchen trying to provide some of her own commentary here. Jumping on the desk, screaming in my face.
Oops.
What do you think, Kitchen?
Oh,
What's going on? Who's going to win this matchup right now?
It'll be fine.
The
Yeah, no,
penguin.
we got 200.
Always.
So.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, the
There you go.
penguin's winning this particular
Easy
matchup.
as that, right?
I'm going with the young
Let's
beans
see-
until
we
someone
get
tells
10.
me it's not a
Let's see
wrestling
if they get
reference.
double digits.
Once that happens, though, they're dead to me.
If you get
As long
proven
as-
wrong, then it's just, yeah, it's
Yeah.
over.
I'm hoping it's a wrestling reference. So.
All right, 230.
To knock
Yeah,
you 50.
easy wins for the yellow team. Just
46.
absolute domination. 246 points, no problem. Moving our way over to another team game. Also yellow. Everybody's in on the yellow team for a hoopsie daisy.
77.
Kind of nuts, yeah.
And
Kinda
also
nuts,
just-
77. I can't see that score right there. Is that correct? 77 they got?
Team domination, 84 points finishing up.
Let's go.
Just goes to show when you stack a team with all of these big players that they can just run away with these team games so easy most of the time.
Yeah, that is not. That is not fair.
Oh, what?
Poor Beans, you know, maybe that one kid just getting home from school, grabbing a glass of chocolate milk and sitting down for some Fall Guys, didn't realize that he was going to get his ass just dominated in a $2,000 Fall Guys tournament that's happening right now.
Yep, keep jumping, just jump.
Yeah, I'm always curious. I really wish there was a way to like have the cams on the randos that you get paired with, but unfortunately, with the lack of names, no one will ever know that they're actually in the tournament. But that would be extreme amounts of fun to see these poor innocent bystanders just get swept up in the incredible gameplay.
Now, here's an interesting thing. So I said you don't see these top-level players lose, but a lot of these teams are having trouble with the Penguin Pursuit. We've already seen one team lose, and all players get eliminated. You know, if you're Miggy Mo, you might be thinking this is actually a good thing. You know, if we lose this team game, I get my teammate back, and nobody gets any crowns, and we reset. You know.
Oh, yellow's trying. I mean, I don't think they got enough time. Yeah, I think that's gonna be it.
That's unfortunate.
That is
Wow.
unfortunate for them, but I mean, Miggy Moan, the big winner on that
Greet that
situation.
man off. Greet that man off.
Breathing a sigh of
Oh, no,
relief.
too dangerous.
Yeah, Team M&M right there. Only going to take about a 150 kudo hit if I am correct on my math.
I wasn't able
Oh.
to.
I got this, man.
Oh.
And over on this Jump Showdown final, Puffly Jig and Ichan both swimming in the slime. It's a 1v1, and they're on opposite platforms. So, you know, I said we haven't seen a double crown. This is the opportunity for it to happen.
Dude,
right
you're
here.
jinxing it already, man.
I'm so excited to see the first one. It has to happen eventually.
give you-
And, you know,
I'll
the
give you the
best
time.
situation would be for
Yeah,
it to
I appreciate
happen on two opposing teams like this.
Yeah.
Almost at
And
2
you know,
minutes.
you're seeing that they have alternating colors. One blue platform, one yellow platform means that their patterns are going to be different from one another. So they're going to have to react differently according to them. So, you know, if they were directly opposite from one another, they'd obviously be responding in part the same way. But it's not the story here.
Yeah, this is a situation where it's going to get bad for one player,
Just gotta
and
breathe,
then
stay
they'll get an
calm,
ease-up
control.
situation, and then it's going to get bad for the other player.
Yeah, that's right. Just the way that the bars kind of rotate around, the
Mhm.
cycles are going to treat one player pretty poorly. And right now it's kind of looking bad for Wraith Scuff on the right side. Every time the bar is passing, it's kind of putting him in an opportunity where he has to choose, go left or right. But now that it's coming around, it's making it a little bit easier. Can focus our attention on the E-boys on the left. It's Matty Boy is going to be in that situation right away afterwards.
It's like weird rotation. It's like stuttery. It's a little scary.
You hear him say it's like this weird rotation, a little stuttery.
They got to be holding their breath. Meanwhile, look at this over here. We've got a final roll-off between these other two teams, the Kudos Seekers and Team Disconnected, starting up right away. The wheels are going to get started, so we'll join in with that right as soon as this one's finished. Assuming that it doesn't take too long. You know, we're looking for a timeout right now. These guys probably about 2.5 minutes into this match already.
Yeah, you're gonna see this bar. Once it hits 3 minutes, you're gonna see the bar start to really fly. And that's where you
Everybody's
can't
on,
afford
you know,
any
same
mistakes.
colors
Like
you
right now,
right
you could ragdoll a little bit and maybe stand back up, but if that once that bar starts really going, it's no mistakes allowed. As you see, there's just finals going on everywhere.
Yeah, we got to keep our eyes on this one because it's do or die right here. If anybody goes into the slime, you're giving your opponents the edge in the first episode. So you got to just keep your nerve. You got to keep jumping. Don't be the one to make the mistake.
1 minute.
Ooh, that was a rough pattern for Maddie Boy, it looked like, but recovering just fine. I'm holding my breath.
Oh, it's making me nervous. Right here. I mean, we want to see it. The crowd wants to see it. I want to see it. A double crown. It's going to be very interesting, too, because...
No!
Sorry. It's
Oh.
okay.
Oh, I heard a
You
scream.
heard- you heard a
That's it.
Scream. I think that's a double
Well, definitely.
crown. No, it's not.
No, Matty
Start off-
Boy falls into the
start off.
slime, giving Wraith the victory. And over here, no big surprise. Triumph returns, looking like they're going to be wandering away with the crown as well, taking it off to this roll-off that's still in progression here. All 4 of our players still surviving this one.
Very, very impressive. Again, I don't want to play favorites, but I am going to Hacksaw, my boy, playing with GTA Ace over here. Unfortunately, I jinxed him immediately.
Yeah, as soon as you
Immediately.
commentators curse, as soon as you picked a favorite, they both take a drink in the slime, and now it's just the kudos seekers trying to stay alive. Looks like it's just Edward trying to remain against these NPCs. Risky jumps, but he's gonna do it
Makes
just
it.
like that.
Yeah, that's a great win right there. That brand new Dr. Bean costume, which very, very hot. Loving that costume.
It's very good. Yeah, it fits the whole style of Fall Guys very perfectly.
Yeah.
They say the bottom is missing. I wonder what the bottom's gonna look like.
Yeah, I'm very curious about that. Hopefully it's not just another pair of lame pants. Stop charging us crowns for lame pants, Fall Guys. I'm tired of buying $5 lame pants.
I got 5
Anyway.
pairs of jeans in
Or
Fall
not
Guys.
$5. Yeah, not $5. Yeah, for real though. Like I got I got more blue jeans in Fall Guys than I do in real life. Like at this point, it's insane.
Accurate, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, I mean that action was quick. That was fast. I mean, we saw everything. We saw team game elimination. We saw some 2v1 action. We saw lots of crowns. I mean, a lot went on right there in those first 4 games.
Sure did. And
Yeah.
probably the slowest part of the whole action was the fact that that jump showdown almost timed out. And of course, maybe I am just committing commentator's curse here. Maybe that is what's happening here. Because we still have not seen a timeout in a jump showdown in FallapaTWOza yet.
It's gonna happen. It's inevitable. It's gonna happen.
It's got to happen eventually, right?
gonna
All
happen
these players are good enough to make it happen.
It's gonna happen. I have faith that we're gonna see it.
Yeah, you can see here the scores and how they're panning out. B happen maybe missing an episode, or maybe just like getting pretty low kudos across the board, allowing Triumph and Chewy to just take a commanding lead in this first round against the FallapaTWOzers. But the other, on the other corner, you got Fall Ballers and Eminem getting that early team game elimination and forcing a stop in the play, basically, which is good if you're Team Eminem. You're realizing, okay, now we're only about 150 points behind. This is exactly what we need to be able to kind of come back into this one.
Yeah, they can easily get enough gold medals to just make that back. Melody going out really wasn't a tremendously big deal for them. It's definitely going to be definitely a sigh of relief for them to lose that team game in that situation. And what's funny is it's the Penguin team game, which is, I mean, I would have never guessed one of our teams lost that, no matter what happened. I mean, you could have had someone intentionally throw. I still wouldn't think they'd lose it, but there it was. That Penguin just coming to bite them in the butt. So
it's twice we've seen that now in this competition, that the Penguin game has just not gone the way of the competitors.
all right.
And back to my brother here with his offline screen, or his no sniping screen. He just puts up the tiles, you know? He takes them both down individually as the match starts up here.
I was just about to ask that. Were they just tiles?
I think so.
Oh,
Yeah, I think it was.
Who's this one, man? Look at this guy getting the professional work done. Did you get that from Nerd or Die? Like, where'd you get that, man? Like, that's nice.
Very
Look at that
snazzy
one.
graphics, yeah. The
Yeah,
fire
look
and
at
everything.
Graphics. I was about to say, like, man, I don't even have animation like this.
Production value looking really fresh, and just for a BRB screen, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
These guys go above and beyond.
Really good spawn.
Yeah, that's super impressive.
My camera was fucking backwards though.
Into a seesaw, and again, we've said that seesaw's not free.
Decent second spawn. Should be the easy
You
first.
you really want to be careful with this. Everybody taking those warp forward strats, which is really smart. Really smart. Everybody employing those speedrun strats to kind of get a little bit of an edge. Try and squeak out those gold medals. It's going to be very important for the FallapaTWOzers to get those gold medals if they want to catch up with Elite Fall Mountain.
We're like front 5 plus a penguin.
Yeah, I mean, I imagine everyone's going to be taking Yeetus. Like, there's going to be no
better.
holds barred in these strats between these two teams.
For sure. Yeah.
Nice, you got me in.
Is it
Yeah,
hard
these
watching
guys-
your brother out there? Or are you
Well,
trying to
they
stay
don't know,
even
but it's not
slightly
like
impartial?
Something we didn't know they
I
were.
mean,
Like, what?
I'm cheering him on. I'm rooting him on. I
Okay.
know who he's up against, and that
Yeah.
is hard to watch. I'll tell you that.
I gotta ask.
I gotta ask.
Like, when you, first of all, how do you decide the seeds? You know, who's the 1 seed, who's the 2 seed? Like, how do you decide that?
So this time we actually had a strategy for it. We used to go by just RNG, and we realized that there were some pockets in the bracket that were, you know, kind of upsetting. You know, you got a bunch of really good teams kind of pitted together early. This time what we did is we asked for the crown count on your crown pass, and all of the players submitted those. So, you know, if you have more crowns on your crown pass, you get seated higher. And if you have less, you get lower. And unfortunately, my brother has just started streaming this game with his friend B Happen, so his crown pass was a little on the lower side, put him in a lower seed against, you know, one of the top qualifying teams, the defending champions of this tournament.
Very interesting way to do the seeding. I like that. If it was my brother, I would have just bumped him to another bracket. That's what I would have done.
No, I
Just give him the first seed, you know?
Yeah, I just would have been like, well, it's my competition. I
Right,
can do that. You know?
We don't have a lead anymore. It's 1 crown difference at the moment. All right.
Kind of hear them talking the math, formulating
Hit by that
what it
hammer.
means to get the gold medals and stuff like that, saying, oh, we don't really have a lead anymore, but it comes down to the crowns if you keep losing the races, you know? And here's my brother's team. Let's check him out. The FallapaTWOzers, Peroxide's gaming accomplishment. Oops, all golds. Diveless the first try. We're talking about Fall Guys here. So beating an entire episode, getting all golds across all of the games, and then doing it without diving a single time. You know, so he's obviously put in some time into FallapaTWOza.
Yeah,
Or into
absolutely.
Fall Guys.
And you see his partner down there beat all the good Halo games on Legendary. I'm assuming he's leaving out 4 and 5 in that situation. Very, very interested to see what he decides are good Halo games.
Yeah, we'll have to interview him post production, see what he says.
Yeah, unfortunately, GTA Ace, did Haxor go down here on the rollout? Did he get pushed off? What happened here to Haxor?
It definitely is looking like it's just GTA's. Yeah, Haxor
Haxor
getting
my
eliminated.
fault. My fault, man.
Wow, that was fast.
Yeah.
Didn't get a chance.
Well, you
Absolutely
hate to
my
see
fault.
that for Team Disconnected because Kudos Seekers getting a little bit of a runway to just keep on going, keep on pushing their Kudos lead here.
Stand up. Alright.
We see Melody having a little bit of struggle right here, getting up, but she's able to kind of clear out her way out of that pack and has a good like cycle going on right here. She just kind of gets to hold forward more or less.
Yep. 22 to qual, so not a whole lot of nerves playing into this. You know, it's a pretty safe qualification. Her teammate gets the gold medal in this
Nice
race
gold medal
as well.
for Miggy. Yeah. And that's what Team Eminem's going to want to do. They're going to want to get as many gold medals. They need about 5 extra medals against their opponents to make up that 150 point difference right now.
Absolutely.
I got second. God damn it.
Damn.
Everybody crossing the
But you
line
didn't
around
get
the same
so
time
maybe
here,
I didn't see it.
qualifying for a gate
I
crash.
know that I did.
And my brother actually, he was talking to me last night. He messaged
he
me. and
nervous?
Oh yes, Yeah, he
Oh,
was.
really? Nervous
Bad
too.
cycle, otherwise
He
it's
came
bad.
up to me and he said, "Okay, I obviously know I'm
Apparently,
going against
they were
probably the toughest
showcasing
team in this
our
tournament. Do you got
feats.
any tips for me? Is there anything
Oh,
that you
yeah.
can tell me that will
And
help me get the
Corky
edge?"
was laughing
Because
at me
he
saying
kind
I
of
beat all
knew. He was
the
like, he didn't really have the
quote-unquote
confidence
good
in himself. I said,
Halo games.
"You know what? You're probably right. They are
Oh,
probably
yeah,
going to
Bob.
kick your ass in the race levels. That's what they're good at.
Mine
So
is
you
that
got to
time I
take
got
it to them
the
in a
dive
way
result
that
of
they're
the
not
skill.
expecting. You
That's
got to
great.
grief them.
That's
You
great,
gotta
Corky.
you gotta find the opportunities. You got to
Okay,
find the
PB.
holes, and you got to
PB City.
get them when they're least
Let's
expecting
make
it.
some
So in a
peanut
slime
butter.
climb, you grab them, you
Peanut
push them
butter
off those push
gelatin.
blocks, or maybe in the freezy peaks, you're right behind them, grabbing them, putting them into the fists, and sending them back to the checkpoints. You
like
gotta find ways to catch them off guard, because you're not gonna be able to beat them at just playing the game alone. You gotta get in their face.
I absolutely love this, that advice right there. Love that advice. I think that's a great idea. Personally, like that's what you got to do. I mean, when you're the underdog, you know, you got to put pressure on the other team, in my opinion. And also, when
For
you're the
sure.
underdog team, there's nothing to lose. You know what I mean? Oh wow!
Ooh, Tiptoe takes
We-
another victim.
You see it all the time. That's just Tiptoe. I don't think Beast did anything wrong there. That's just one of those situations where your bean just falls over. The Fall Guys gods decide you are not the one that is going to cross this tiptoe line. You see the smile on Melody's face. She understands what this means. They have an opportunity now with this fruit shoot to take back that lead they lost in game 1.
That's right. If everybody qualifies, that's still, even if they don't get the best medals, that's still kudos going into the pocket of Team M&M to close the gap a little bit going into this final. And not only that, but an advantage into the final, getting a 2v1. But, you know, we've been watching FallapaTWOza for the last 6 hours, and we know that a 2v1 situation is not a guaranteed thing still.
Yep, I'm gonna eat too. Come on, stand up.
Like a K on the right side, right behind Melody, giving her the chase. On the left side, all by themselves, Mickey Moan is going to be taking a top spot for himself as well. Looks like all 3 of our contestants are in from this group and on to a final.
Wasn't really sure.
Yeah, but Melody and Miggy getting that gold medal, just more bonus points for them as they are in a 2v1 situation.
Yeah, it's gonna be scary for Lekka K. She's gonna have to pull out some clutch plays.
There's a lot of people here.
Yeah.
In this particular round, this is gonna be really dicey depending on what final pattern they get.
Here we go. This is the hard one.
As we look, it's the hard one. Oh wait, no, it's not.
Yeah, the
Yeah, it is.
zigzag pattern.
Yeah, it is. Sorry, it is the hard one.
You know, in this situation, if I see that hard pattern coming, the first thing I try to do is jump on one of my opponent's heads and get up on top of the wall and just get out of there.
Okay.
Yeah, one thing I'm looking at, and I haven't seen this before, but it's Matty Boy going with the full camera turn on there. I kind of like that strat. I really have never seen anyone employ that strat before, but I really like it.
It's an interesting strategy for sure.
Yeah.
You know, if I'm Lekka K, I kind of like this final, you know? You leave it up to the RNG of the game a little bit. You hope that you get the good line, and you can see that Melody is taking a hit from one of the balls coming down the hill. It's a 1v1 race, essentially, between Miggy Moan and Lekka K going up the hill. And guess what? Miggy Moan gets knocked and has to go off to the left side. So now it's a race between an NPC on the left side and Lekka K on the right side.
Wow.
And Lekka K's gonna do it.
That was a perfect run right there. Wearing her own shirt. I love it. That is the confidence, the excitement, the pop off. I mean, she didn't even get touched by anything that whole run. That was a perfect run up the Fall Mountain. Perfect cycle. Everything about it. Great.
We're good.
And obviously showing the hype. It's like
It's not a PB.
2v1 situation doesn't even mean anything in FallapaTWOza anymore, ladies and gentlemen. If you're in the finals, you're in it to play, and you have every opportunity to take that crown home for your team and bring home some big bucks.
Mm-hmm.
And making our way through a little egg siege. Probably my least favorite of the season 2 games, personally. Maybe just because it's a team game, you know. But
Yeah, I mean it's just weird. I feel like I don't know. It didn't fix any of the problems with the original egg game.
yeah.
Kind of made them worse in some ways, you know.
Yeah,
I really
it's a big map, right?
it's a very, very big map. Very, very
Yeah.
big map for this type of game. I think if it was just like the map circumference size was just smaller, the deep pits would not matter as much. But
I agree.
At least get
it's
some
so
snow
hard
in
to
here.
just get the balls out. Maybe removing the gates on the side
need a
could
little bit.
be
A little more.
beneficial. I don't really know how to fix that one.
Season 3's physics did change things a little bit, I will admit. I kind of
I
like
wanted to see
that
a full
you
map.
can throw the eggs like an NFL
yeah.
quarterback
Not
now.
third row.
So
Yeah.
it changes the way that
row?
you have to defend in those games a
So
little
Chewy's
bit,
probably
and
gonna
it makes
grab me
things
and
more
let
interesting.
Triumph run, is my
And
next
speaking
bet.
of Fall Mountain, look at this. We got another Fall Mountain.
Back
All 4 of our
row.
players
Come on.
currently in this
I'm gonna
one.
jump just in
Front
case.
row spots going to Peroxide and Triumph, and back row spots for everybody else. You can
Oh,
see
but
B
Triumph
happen,
got decent
realizing
control
that he
today.
doesn't really have an opportunity to win with his
This is a
spawn
fake
point,
desync run.
trying to
Up
go
front.
for Chewy Louie, who just breaks through the middle and is suddenly at the front of the pack. But guess who's with him? It's my brother Peroxide, and the two of them together are charging up the mountain. It really is anybody's game here.
Oh, now this is a situation where both players think they're in front, but meanwhile, Peroxide breaks out.
Bad
He's
timing.
got no.
Oh, he missed the jump and he hit his head. Unable to grab the crown. Unfortunately, a little too early on his jump.
Oh
He grabbed you?
Yeah.
no!
Yeah, it sounds like Chewy Louie got the
He's
grab on
literally
him at just the
targeting me.
last second and wasn't able to quite
Fuck
reach that
off,
crown,
dude.
letting Triumph run away with the
Actually,
win
fuck
there.
off. I already have to worry about two
Heartbreaking
people that are actually
moment
playing
for
this game.
Peroxide.
Did I not get fucked?
Triumph able to come up on the
Oh,
left
so
side
irritating.
and steal that win from him.
Oh my god. Okay.
It was right there, ready for
Don't question it, you
Peroxide's
just
taking,
accept it.
and
Fuck you,
unfortunately
dude.
could not get it. GTA Ace now going
NPC
down, and
killed
we're
me.
looking at
You have to have
2v
three
nothing on
crews
the
like
kudos
this. They
seekers
were
right here. They can go ahead and
people were
end this with a
deliberately
crown.
targeting me that
As I
weren't
say
even
that,
playing.
one of them gets eliminated.
Looks like
I know,
Edward
it's
took like the
God.
sacrificial
They're all
strategy
out.
there. All of our
They're all out.
players eliminated an NPC grabbing
Alright, never mind,
Ming
never
at the
mind.
last
They
second
were
there. So yeah, we've got no players left in that final, and the kudos are basically just going to carry over. But obviously, Ming and Edward are going to be looking to extend their lead because GTA's got out real early there, or not GTA's.
As long as
Haxor got
one
out
of us
really
is
early
here to
there.
time it out, we'll still be heading kudos. If they want to time it out.
And hear the strategy there. Young Beans talking about how if there's a timeout, 2v2,
Alright, I'm over
they'll be
here
ahead in kudos
with
because
Pecan
um,
and a bunch of other
you know,
people.
it doesn't matter if they tie. If they tie,
No,
they're
I'm
in the
afraid he's
lead.
gonna pants me.
He might. Nope.
Nope, going back over.
I like this
See,
pattern.
Sorry.
Wraith make the jump over right there. I like
this is
staying on that
interesting.
lone island. I don't know if I would have gotten off the lone island. I might have risked it on that lone island.
Yep.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see now. There's 2 lone islands and kind of a bigger section in the middle. Again, the yellow one does fall away, but nobody's really
Oh
staying over
my
on the other
word.
side. Chen makes a
Oh,
break for it, but
Manny's out
mistimes
first.
their
Echan's
jump, so
out,
they're
Echan's out.
eliminated now. And the smart play would be to go over there if they can make the
Oh,
jump,
what?
but
You
it's
might
too
be
late
able to
now,
suicide
and
him.
everybody's on this platform. It's just a 2v1 situation. All the NPCs are gone now.
Nice. GG.
If you're
God,
Chen,
no.
or if you're Maddie, you're going to be sweating a little bit
I
here.
thought that was it. I really thought that was
Oh, oh, with their
Nice
toes,
save,
stays
nice
on the
Yeah, he's gonna go,
platform.
he's going for you
it.
here.
Yeah.
2v1 situation continues.
Nice, let's go.
It's all you, baby. It's all you.
GG.
I think,
Let's go.
yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
The
Yo,
full
that's-
grab,
Echan's-
the win going to
Echan-
the
Echan
young
had the thing where
beans,
he tried to
and
jump
they
across
extend
the
their
gap
kudos
when
lead
the,
even
tile
further
was
over the
falling.
E-boys.
Yeah, that's gonna give them a commanding lead. Gonna be pretty hard to overcome that, but I mean, hey, like it's possible. It's possible we could see a double crown, right, Dangers? Right?
Yeah,
That could happen, right?
still just waiting on that. I really do hope that it shows its face sometime. You know, maybe we have to wait until the finals of FallapaTWOza to see our very first double crown in FallapaTWOza, but who knows? Up until, you know, all of these matchups have been so super tight. You see Lekka K securing that crown against Eminem, the 2v1 situation proving to not really be much of a help at all.
Yeah. That's what's probably been the most interesting is the way people have been able to come up clutch when they're down in these 2v1 situations. It's almost like the motivation like drives them to have that perfect Fall Mountain run or that, you know, that beautiful hexagon. It's just been incredible to see so far. I think that's definitely been the story, is how 2v1 has not been an advantage so far in FallapaTWOza.
It's wild. You know, I think a lot of teams kind of have this idea of coordination that if they're in a 2v1 situation, you're going to take like the sacrifice for your team, but either it's failed or the communication hasn't been there or something is happening. And this one player, this solo player is able to overcome all of the odds and come away with the crown and actually come out on top on the kudos. And again, we talk about how kudos matter all the time. And when it comes to these situations, you might be up in the kudos by going into the finals ahead, but then that solo player snags the crown and wins in kudos that way.
Yeah, absolutely.
And look at these matchups. We've got across the board, pretty much, we've got situations that are pretty insurmountable. Delete Fall Mountain kind of pummeling FallapaTWOzers in the kudos department. Triumph running away with 2 crowns. I don't want to say that that's a big surprise because it really isn't. Triumph is on the top of his game. Just about squeaked away. FallapaTWOzers just about squeaked away with a win in that Fall Mountain, but Chewy with the clutch grab.
Yeah, I mean, the only one that's really we're looking at here that has potential is Eminem against the Fall Ballers. You know, again, Lakeke, I'm sorry, I probably mispronounced her name. She came in clutch, she got that crown, but if you remember, Beast actually was eliminated early, and you can see that 215. That did not allow them to get past that like 800, 900 kudo lead, which puts you pretty firmly safe. You know, right now they're under 700, which 750, I believe it's 750 or 775 is what a crown is worth. So Team Eminem in it, but on life support down there in the lower right side. Otherwise, unfortunately, every other team just looking to get on the board and make something happen.
Yep, that's right.
Playing for pride. Playing for pride.
You know, I'm talking about these double crowns. We got to hope that the double crown comes in clutch for a lot of our teams to have a chance at this. We talking about amazing snipe avoidance streams or screens. We got the honk. Just honk. As we wait for this game to start up here.
Triumph has the same costume as me.
DoorDash. We actually haven't seen a whole lot of DoorDash today.
So I'm really gonna have to.
But there's new tech here, and I'm interested to see if any of the players are going to go for it.
Well, we just saw Chewy. He tried to jump over the top right there. Off these platforms. I love that. You see Triumph go for it as well. I don't really think Triumph did it in the right situation particularly, but
yeah,
swag,
he's trying to go for an out of bounds trick that was found pretty recently, where you can actually just, if you get on the right door, you can kind of just jump off to the left side and out of bounds completely and warp yourself to the front of the map there. Missed his jump, so he realizes he doesn't want to get stuck in the back of the pack.
Come on, Peroxide.
I'm gonna make it.
Yeah, I'm okay.
Peroxide's in, it looks like.
Yeah, got tornadoed a little bit right there. All our players able to make it. DoorDash is one of those games where, I mean, you could get eliminated. It's probably, I don't want to say the least skill-based. Huh? What do you think? Maybe the least skill-based game out of all of them on Fall Guys?
Of the race ones, for sure. Yeah. Because there used to be a tell. You know, we're always trying to find ways to make it more skill-based. There used to be a tell on the last 3 rows where, like, if you knew what you were looking for, you'd get through 100% of the time. And I think that the discovery of that out-of-bounds trick is kind of making it that again. You know, as long as you can initiate, as long as you can set up that out-of-bounds trick perfectly, then you take the RNG out of it. You know, you warp to the front of the map and you qualify, right? So these players are always looking for that. But yeah, DoorDash in general is a pretty random game. And there's strategy to that, but, you know, you just kind of have to hope for the best.
The team disconnected right down there. They're just trying to get on the board here, make something happen. They're not going to give up. Again, I know Hacksaw. That man's a champion, so he's definitely not giving up despite a performance he's probably not proud of right now.
My bean just fell.
Absolutely. Gonna try his best to move on anyways, and you know, anything can happen. We haven't seen a double crown, but that could very well happen. And look at this, Chewy's doing that same thing that I pointed out earlier, not taking his chances with the fists at all. He's just gonna jump right up on the side and run across. Flashy strats from Chewy Louie. He knows everything about this game.
Oh, you smoked me.
Yeah, him and Triumph right now looking 1-2, both getting the boost right here. I mean,
take what you get.
You get what
That
you
was
deserve.
Great race from both of them.
Yeah, you can see that this is their strong suit.
Yep.
These guys have run these courses hundreds and hundreds of times. They know the ins and outs. They know exactly how to make, like, what this course is going to do at any given moment. They know how to execute on that.
Yeah, no, this is not the game that Miggy Moan and Melody want to see right here by any means. This is definitely not the game.
No.
This one is the most random of the team games outside of Jinx. Anything can happen, and look, AK. What do you, I mean? I know there's a no griefing rule and everything, but like, I mean, if you were to act, this is one you could act pretty easy on, in my opinion. So.
I agree. Yeah, this is, we've proven it before. We've had an entire squad of 4 take a seat, just put the controller down, and still won the game with flying colors. So anything can happen in Hoarders. There's not a whole lot you can do as a squad to really, influence the way that this game goes. But you can see that they're still doing their best to keep defending the balls. And I think that this game, if there is going to be a strategy, if you're listening at home and you think that there's no strategy to this game, the best strategy you can do is make sure that one team loses. You see which team is out, you see which team is doing the worst at around the 30-second mark, and you just defend against them getting anything, whether that be from, in this case, the red or the yellow side. You just make sure that nothing goes into blue.
That ball said deuces. I'm out. Bye.
You can hear Lucky K talking about a ball. You see the score is actually 3-0-3, meaning a ball left the map. There's just one ball missing, which brings a little bit of an interesting situation to this game, because there are, you kind of expect the numbers to be a certain way, but there could be ties in unexpected ways. Not going to be the case here. Everybody's going to be moving on.
Guys, are you fucking serious? Like, come on, man.
I don't know, Haxor. Are we serious, Haxor? Let's see.
Fall Guys gods are not, giving Haxor anything here right now. He's gonna hit the bell. I just had that feeling he was about to hit the bell.
Yeah. Definitely like the unluckiest duo that we've seen so far, perhaps. So yeah, it wouldn't have surprised me, but he's in.
I know.
Everybody's in
for
qualifying.
sure.
We're all good, and we're on to a slime climb for the E-Boys versus the Young Beans. No yeets. I really want to see a yeet in slime climb, because we've seen some competitors take a risky play and use that to their advantage to squeak in those gold medals. Just haven't seen any yeets in slime climb in a while.
Unless he just goes ahead and gets this first here.
Yeah, I mean, this is the first slime climb I've even gotten to commentate all day here. As you see, this was, and the slime climb was definitely like that first. It was the first level that it really felt like. Kind of explored what was possible in Fall Guys as far as speed strats were concerned.
For sure.
It was the first level you saw people really, timing and making these micro improvements on. I remember the first time I saw the hammer jump, my mind was just blown. Like, I was just like, whoa, that's the coolest thing ever.
Yeah, I feel like that watching that was what kind of solidified it in my brain as like, okay, yeah, people are actually going to take this party game kind of serious. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I was totally on board with that.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember I remember the early slime climb. I mean, kind of like Puffy's having right now. You just kind of got up to that front, If you knew any strats at all, you were just all alone in there, just cruising all the way to the front. It was great.
2 silvers, like I did gold.
Now everybody knows them, and
it's hectic.
It is hectic,
Yeah.
Getting caught in the group is probably the hardest part of slime climbing.
Yeah.
But when the whole group is good, you just stay caught in the group for the majority of the thing. So
yeah, absolutely.
Little tiptoe action here between Delete Fall Mountain and FallapaTWOza. Everybody's in right now, but it might not stay that way after this.
It could be 1.
Very rarely do 4 players come out of a tiptoe. We've seen it happen all the time. There is a Yeetus on there. Nobody opting to take it. I mean, especially like Delete Fall Mountain. You got the lead. Like, give us a yeet.
Ooh.
Oh, we're in.
Chewy in a really good position to kind of clear the path there. He fell off originally, but was able to join the pack and then jump up in front. All 4 of our competitors making it through the tiptoe and probably into the finals now.
Okay, let's take him out. Let's
all right,
show
man.
who's boss.
10 people. Let's go. Double crown. Here we come.
They're really good players. The fact that we did.
I like this. I like this. Be Happy and Peroxide saying double crown.
Jump
Gonna
sword.
get the
Let's
double
go.
crown. Make
it's
the
the game.
comeback.
Scenario.
All the straps.
Hey,
All the straps.
This is the game they need to see.
Hyper
You
aware.
know,
Every
maybe
timeout.
they can do it,
It's gonna
and at
happen
least
right
make
now.
Triumph,
Trendy,
Triumph and
trendy.
Chewy sweat a little bit.
Keep
Team
names
delete
on.
Fall Mountain.
Mhm.
I mean, they're not deleting Fall Mountain. It's not happening at this point. You know,
It's not happening,
Give
but they're
up,
gonna
give it
keep.
up.
They're gonna
Chewy's got
keep
the
hoping
death
for it.
touch.
You know, it's funny.
Gotta keep
They
this
actually had their
between
team
you
name
and him
changed to
and other
delete
beams
Thin
as
Ice
well.
before
Yeah, it would be
the
ideal.
season
Yeah.
3.5
And then
patch came
Triumph
around,
is
and
the,
they adjusted the
skilled
weighting.
survivor,
Now they're
I
okay
would
with
say.
Thin Ice again. It's just that it was appearing a lot. So, but delete Fall Mountain's back in full charge here. Okay, so we're gonna see the split here. Chewy was originally on that platform by
Chewy's up-
themselves,
oh, Chewy's
jumping back
okay.
to the main one though. Ooh, and you can see immediately Peroxide is getting aggressive, getting right up in their faces. We also have a tiptoe going on over on this side here. All 4 of the competitors in there. Will the path be found fast? We'll see the
Ready,
result
gamer
of
chat?
that in just a second. Oh, Triumph
This is me,
barely squeaking through.
Yeah, I see that.
That was a very
Oh,
bad cycle, but they managed to do it.
Doesn't
No,
matter.
they made it.
They're gamers.
Yeah, they're
Chewy and
gamers.
They're
Triumph
all gamers.
making moves, getting back over to that main platform.
Big jumps, and all 4 of them are on that path now. And we come back over here, a quick transition. It looks like the path is going to be discovered right away. They're all on the precipice. Who's going to find it? Who's going to find it? There it is. The dragon takes a very risky
GG's.
jump, and all 4 are
I think I might have
qualifying.
grabbed you, to be honest.
Ah, damn.
Oh, we have a 1v1 situation now. I think the double crown is out of the question. Obviously, B happen getting eliminated. It's Peroxide versus Triumph. They're on 2 different platforms,
Triumph
though. It's a 1v1 situation.
That was fun though.
Yeah, GG's, man. We put up a
I
solid
mean,
fight, I
We're
think.
rooting hard for your brother right now.
And, you know, they're the best
Oh,
in the biz.
absolutely.
Like, absolutely. We're rooting hard for
Getting your first
hard,
time out with
hard for him.
Triumph.
Like Triumph, you've already
Yeah, I'm
won
with it.
this
I'm
round.
down
You're
to
already
give it
moving
a
on
go,
to the next
that's
round.
true.
You want to take a dive off the platform and
And there's no
I
pressure
know,
anymore,
right?
so, I mean,
doesn't
I'm
he
not to
know?
be
Doesn't he know
stressed
who's
or
paying
anything.
his
We can just
bills
chill
right
out.
now if he wins this tournament? Like, come on, you know, appease the commentary team a little bit. Like, help out the tournament founder, Danger's here. Get his brother
that was a
win
lot of
right
fun.
here.
Chewy, Triumph.
Make it happen.
Well played. You guys deserve it for sure. I know you're gonna do
Oh,
great
don't
things
no.
in the
You
rest
know
of the
what,
tournament,
Dangerous? Don't
and,
let him be a nice guy
thanks for
like
the
that.
games.
You know
he
what I
is
mean?
a nice guy like that.
I know.
You just
You
have
know
to
what?
realize.
He's got to get that smack talk. We create the storyline for the FallapaTWOza, and you know that's what he's got to do. Right there.
I don't know about you, but I'm
Gotta
very
give it to
comfortable
Triumph
and
a
Yeah.
little bit. Maybe rub it in his face a
Yeah.
little bit.
Yeah,
Dangerous
Triumph, you got
thinks Triumph
lucky.
Should
You
jump
suck. I'm
off.
Peroxide. I'm
I
the
agree.
goat. That's what
I'm
he's
just
got to throw out there.
That's how I'm going.
Mediatonic is listening. If you want to really to give it to Triumph, Triumph has been trying real hard to get that Dark Knight skin. Just give it to my brother as a little consolation prize.
Oh,
You know what we did do
yeah.
well?
I mean, you know, we do know
What's
a guy
that?
who could make that happen.
Living
so-
up
There
to
you
our
go.
name.
There
yeah,
you go.
we do. know a guy that could
FallapaTWOzers,
make-
baby.
I bet
Let's go.
Triumph hates
go.
all of us so much,
FallapaTWOzers,
like, especially,
baby.
like,
That's
me,
how we
who's got
do.
the Dark Knight with, you know, like 5 hours
Great.
in the last like 2 months. Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, he puts in a lot of time. He puts in a lot of work. Obviously, a very, you know, he might not even care at this point. He might not even care because of
Had
all
it
the
not
prize
been the
money that
defending
he's
champs, Chewy and Triumph,
he's swimming in
Who knows
from
what could happen?
FallapaTWOza and
Dude, we
other
were
tournaments.
on.
So
we were playing like crazy good, man. We're on fire today.
yeah, see, they've got the confidence though. At least they're not you know breaking their spirits. At least FallapaTWOzers not acting like losers. You know.
No, yeah, I mean, Triumph and Chewy are. I tell you right now, I'd be scared to go against that duo with any partner, and they're just very good.
Let's take a little peek into that Thin Ice final that we've got going on here. We'll leave these guys. If something happens, we'll transition quickly back over. Oh, we've also got, a hexagon over on this side. Right at the finishing touches here. Kudos Seekers, team disconnected. And who's going to win? It's going to be the Kudos Seekers. I think we had a 2v1 situation there.
Yep. Clean
But
sweep
doesn't
right
matter.
there.
Clean
Yeah.
sweep across the board, getting rid of Team Disconnected. And Team Disconnected was another quarterfinalist team, and they're getting eliminated as well. It might be a brand new set of faces going into tomorrow.
Let it over to here.
You see
Okay,
right
you
here.
take
Now
that
this
island.
is the
I'm gonna
game we're
keep 'em over
talking
here.
about. Team M&M needs this crown. Looks like both players are still alive for Team
All right,
M&M.
almost
Both
got him.
players still alive for the
Stay
Fall
over there.
Ballers.
Ah, he went over to
As
your island.
Wow.
these, as this ice goes down, you see right there. It looks like
Was that-
Triumph.
All right.
Was that a double crown? We have to see the
know.
points, I think.
Yeah, we'll have to
and
see
Mike,
the
Triumph
points.
and Mike.
Get over
Uh,
here.
Yeah, no,
Oh,
it was
shit,
a
them
single
and
crown
that
for
dragon
Triumph.
are in really good positions right now. I don't want to cut you off.
I mean, not boo against
You go
Triumph,
for
great
it.
Triumph, but you know.
This is really bad for us.
Big jump right there from Beast.
Shit.
Yeah, I'm out.
I'm out too.
Ooh, look at this. This is
Oh.
this is
But that
Eminem's
dragon has
team
more
game
space,
to
I think.
lose now.
Wow,
and the
Melody
dragon made it.
has all
So
this.
let's see if this NPC can get it.
But so does the dragon on the other side, but they
Oh,
right?
she got it.
Oh,
they messed
did.
it up. Melody
realize the
won the
dragon fucked
game,
up.
and I think that might be enough. This is actually probably going to be the closest kudos total of any matchup that we've seen, folks.
That's gonna be super close. They were like 680 up going into that round. Fall Ballers might have
you gotta
been
make
able to
number
hold
before
on
they put you
depending
up.
on what the
Yeah, I can make it up.
medals
Yep.
were, but
I'm going to the center.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
take
it's a
the space
tough
over here.
call. It really is. We've got another hexagon going on over
I
here.
try to run
E-Boy's
off
just
the
looking for a
space as
little
much
bit of
as I can
pride
here.
here.
Nope.
E-Boy's
yeah.
looking to
Actually,
kind of dominate. Ooh, the candle with an excellent grab. Puffly Jig with the moves
space do you have?
to eliminate
They have more.
Echan there. It's just Matty Boy over on their own on this side, though.
Okay,
Who has more space? That
their
is the
teammate is
question.
down.
Puffly
Wait,
Jig is going to get
no,
eliminated here,
Might
and
have
it's just a
joked it,
1v1 situation.
No,
I
think you
think
might get it. Yeah, I think you might
No,
get it.
I win.
Okay.
Maddie
GG's
is
though.
gonna have it
Hey, yeah,
unless.
at least you win.
Oh,
Oh!
With the win.
almost
He
with the
almost
gamer
got
jump.
it. Yeah, he almost got that jump, and I
Alright,
think that would have
GG's
been
though.
enough for him
GG's
to
the-
make
the
it.
14 though.
Very, very good win right there for the E-Boys. Get on the board. But the Young Beans, I mean, they look very impressive right now. Going into round 2.
Honestly, yeah.
Yeah,
They
look very
dominated those first 2 rounds, and you know, even though they didn't win that last round, they kind of knew that they were on top. I don't think that's going to chip away at their motivation or their determination here going into the next round. But yeah, otherwise, very dominating performances across the board here.
Melody,
have
clutch.
Melody coming in clutch, yeah.
The island that she ended up with, when she made that last cutoff, she just had a giant island. I don't know if anyone was really gonna catch up. I know that dragon had a lot of space too, but I mean, she had a good amount of space on that island. A couple 3 stacks on there, so.
Yeah, she knew how to carve it out. She knew where she was going. Big play, had to make a big dive across to get to where she was going, and that was the play. Needed to happen. Be happen over here on the main feed.
Also dressed up.
Dressed for success. Wasn't just the commentators, it was the players as well. Shout outs to Be Happen. I obviously know he's an IRL friend of my brother's, so I know him as well. You guys played great. GG's. Going up against the defending champions is a tough feat, but I was rooting for you. So.
Oh man. I can't believe you didn't rig this a little bit better for your brother. What's the point of having a tournament if you can't seed your brother slightly higher? I mean, come on.
Yeah, to tweak a couple screws in their favor. Why not?
As we see right here, no secret there, but let's look down. It looks like Team Eminem is going to be able to advance with that crown by Melody. And some, quite frankly, clutch play by Miggy Moan getting that 5-10.
An absolute nail biter of a final to determine who moves on. Just a mere 190 kudos separates the 2 teams from one another. And Fall Ballers, yeah, I mean, just tough luck in that final. And Melody is going to come out on top and move on to the next round.
Yeah, very, very impressive from them. They're gonna have their work cut out for them, though. It's not gonna get any easier as we move on to the second part of this bracket. Delete Fall Mountain and the Young Beans. That's gonna be a matchup.
That's gonna be a matchup.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Young
That's
Beans
gonna be really good.
Absolutely dominating those first 2 rounds, like not even a close competition. E-Boy is basically just struggling to hold on, basically barely able to put a dent in their armor with that last win, but it doesn't matter. But, going up against Elite Fall Mountain, who's not only the defending champions, but now holds the current high score for FallapaTWOza 2 in any round that we've had, 5,125 points. Spicy.
That's a lot of points right there. I mean, but when you look at it, the Young Beans, I mean, if they could have gotten that last crown, I mean, I'm no mathematician, but that would have been damn close too as well. This one's going to be good. Both these teams are very fast. We saw a lot of gold medals out of them in those first 3 games. So I mean, you got to give the edge to Delete Fall Mountain because they're returning champs. But I mean, this is not going to be an easy road for them.
Not at all. And I mean, the Delete Fall Mountain of the top of the bracket, in my opinion, would be Team Stud City, which was Spark and Stewart. And, you know, everybody would have pinned for them to make it on to the next day, but they got completely upset by the Virtuous Visitors coming in for the first time in FallapaTWOza in any competition, just got swept away in some bad luck and just got outplayed. So you never know what's going to happen. We already have some bad luck for our quarterfinalists from the last event, currently 0 for 8 right now. So if that streak continues, it's not looking good for Triumph and Chewy Louie. It's not looking good for Eminem either. So
yeah, I mean, yeah, for whatever reason, this is like a rookie day. You know what I mean? It's if you have not been to the finals before, this is your time. This is your opportunity to cash those checks. So it's going to be really interesting to see how these next games play out.
Let's take a look at our teams right now. Team Eminem, Miggy Moan earned all diamond skins on COD in Black Ops 2 back when that game was out. And Melody caught over 300 sea bass in Animal Crossing New Horizons in the first week of a release.
Sea bass.
And you know what? I think she beat my high score. I think I only caught about 275 in the first week. So that's quite the stunning game accomplishment right there.
Oh my goodness. There is a if I never see a sea bass again, that'll be too soon.
They just flood the oceans with those things, you know? Add a little variety, why don't you?
See right here, Triumph returns, the faceless wonder of the Fall Guys community. And Chewy Louie, Mario Kart Wii World Record holder of some sort. I don't know what record he has, but I tell you right now, all the Mario Kart games are deeply competitive, and they feature incredible strats in them. So whatever he's record holdering in, I'm impressed.
Yeah, whether that record is today or whether it was a couple years ago, who knows? But the fact that he's ever held one is honestly a feat. I know a lot of Mario Kart Wii players, so yeah, I'm deeply invested in their community, and it's a rush.
The thing about speedrunning a racing game is even if you're not a speedrunner, you actually are a speedrunner of a racing game. Everyone in a racing game is a speedrunner, you know what I mean? So,
race against the clock, that's right.
Yeah, that's what's really interesting about when you're a speedrunner in a racing game. The competition's everyone, so.
Exactly.
You look here, the Young Beans, Puffly Jig bragging about his Fall Guys win rate, and the Young Beans made it to the finals of the UMG tournament. Sorry, Wraith made it to the finals of the UMG tournament. Chat, help me out. Is this a reference to the Young Bucks? Is this name a reference to the Young Bucks? I gotta know.
Yeah, we gotta invade their chats. We gotta ask them the good questions because we want to know over here.
I have to know.
And the kudos seekers over here, like I said, Grand Pooh Bear, this team came to find the kudos. It's all about the kudos. They know it is, and they came and they just destroyed Team Disconnected in this first round. They're seeking those kudos and they're finding them just fine. Edward Leisman has completed all of Guitar Hero on Expert, whether that's 1, 2, or 3, we don't know, but obviously a pretty incredible gaming achievement.
Yo, there's been a lot of good pictures, but I got to give Ming like top props for this picture. It's professionally done. You got the foliage in front, foliage in back. You know, the cheese smile. I'm loving it.
It's perfect. Everything about it is just, he is the shining light that's going to bring these guys into the quarterfinals tomorrow.
Yeah, absolutely.
Chat says, protect Ming at all costs. He's the nicest guy ever. You know, that smile tells me everything I need to know about that. That's for sure.
Oh, this is a really good one right here.
Miggy Moan looking out for snipers. You got the army boys doing kick flips on their little green pads. I love
this.
Honestly, the creativity of these like no sniping screens goes beyond anything. Like I'm over here just being a scrub, like showing my cat on stream. Like that's all I do. And then these guys have actually produced proper no sniping screens for their tournaments. I love it. They go above and beyond.
Very, very impressive. People, I love to see people putting in work on their stream, you know?
Practice.
Yeah, you love to see it. All a little effort really pays off.
That's true.
I got a decent spawn.
And man,
I
this
don't
is
know,
going to be
what's
the
his
matchup to
name?
watch.
He's up,
Delete Fall Mountain and the Young Beans dominating in points in their respective round 1 matches. Who's going to be the driving force in this one?
Oh, you stupid NPC. Oh, Triumph struggling over here.
You see Chewy right now. I mean, he knows which gate's going to be up, which gate's going to be down.
Triumph's with me, dude.
He has tremendous amounts of knowledge
Back
here in this
yeah,
game.
he's not getting first. I think that's all
Puffly
you,
Jig
right?
taking the left side, got a little bit of a straighter line, which means he's going to run away with the first gold medal of this matchup. Chewy right behind him. Triumph got a little bit hung up on one of the doors, but easy 5th place.
Can I get silver potentially, maybe?
And Wraith right behind.
Maybe.
So I think it looks like Wraith is actually going to come away with the bronze medal, canceling out Puffly Jig's gold. Oh no, he comes away with the silver.
Nope,
Yeah.
that's good. That's
Put my
good.
foot
and
right in my mouth there.
Yeah, I mean, these gold medals are gonna matter. But I do expect this to come down to a 2-to-1 crown count.
I think
This
so too.
particular, yeah, this particular group of players, I just think this is gonna be a 2-to-1 crown count.
It's hard to see it going any other way, and I wouldn't have it any other way. I love those, you know, going back and forth. You win one crown in round 1, your opponent wins one in the next one, and it all comes down to that last episode.
We're gonna do our absolute best here. Good start.
So listen to these teams talk right here.
Puffly Jig's got
Big
the
fan. I'm a big
encouragement.
fan.
He's driving the encouragement between his team. They're looking to drive forward and take home the win. So
if I get front spawn in this dude and they don't do the trick, I can usually get
little
first.
big fans. So
Oh, I am front spawn.
obviously
let's
just
go.
looking to speed run this
Beautiful,
level, take a
beautiful.
quick
This
break,
looks
maybe
fire.
go refill their snacks, refill their water when they're done this one, catch a breather, and move on to the next one. But look at this.
Interesting first round right here.
DoorDash, no yeets. I'd be interested to see. I know that Miggy and Melody, they're very in tune with the strats. They're always kind of on board with everything that's happening in the Fall Guys community. I want to see one of these guys do the out of bounds trick here.
Whoa, that desync. That goof flew.
Oh my gosh, I'm getting stuck at the back. What? Someone is grabbing me.
bad luck.
Oh, Ming. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, there is time to come back on this, but
Never mind. I think we still
you
probably good.
don't want to be in the back of
Still
the
good,
pack
still
at the start.
Absolutely not.
I
No.
managed to get to the front.
You can kind of catch up with the pack as they're trying to decide the doors and stuff like that. But look at this. Melody's just running away with it. She's got the sight. She seems to know. Of course, as soon as the commentators focus on her, 2 wrong doors in a row, but she's still up at the front of the pack. She should be okay. What doors are going to be? The middle one. Oh, Melody gets caught up a little bit.
Oh, no. This is
Trying to
bad
live.
for her.
I'm just trying to live.
Just trying to live. Let her through.
She's going to squeak in, but that's going to be a low medal count for her.
Yeah, pink medal, barely getting any kudos out of that deal. Unfortunate for Melody. So she's going to have to make that up in the upcoming races.
Yeah, lucky for her, her partner Miggy Moan was able to get the gold, though.
Balance it out a little bit. That's good to see. That's good to see. Yep.
Yeah, it's going to... I mean, as we get deeper into this tournament... gold medals are just going to become more and more common, and they're going to become more and more important to these players.
For sure.
Yeah, and avoiding those pinks, even on a DoorDash, is going to be super important. Again, you know, hoarders, like you see all these players, they're disappointed in hoarders, but in this situation, they're in a virtual tie right now. If they lose hoarders, it's okay.
Yeah. Just kind of, you know, it expedites their episodes a little bit more. They kind of just have to shake it off. They can just kind of have to be like, okay, well, that happened, and pick it right up and start up in episode 2. It takes away some of that opportunity for upset, though. You know, you've got less game to play, so the crowns are going to matter a little bit more because there's less to work with.
Yeah, absolutely.
Eminem, I think, is the cursed team for hoarders right now. It seems like Eminem, even in their last matchup against Lekke's team, the Fall Ballers, seem to always be getting these hoarders. Just hoarders all day long.
Guys, we got a stream sniper in the game. Are you for real? I don't know, man.
I like the new theme of anything that goes wrong, you just blame stream sniping.
Blame stream sniping.
Stream
If a
snipers,
final
it gotta
goes
be stream
wrong,
snipers.
if the final goes wrong, you just disconnect it. You know, it's Wasn't your fault.
Yeah, I'm just playing defense.
Yeah.
I'm playing full defense. Oh no, please no. Oh, that was my bad. Oh my gosh, come on.
This is actually a little bit closer than you would want,
nice,
really.
nice.
Red team is kind of hanging by a thread here.
I hit it,
As long
I
as you
hit it.
keep
Oh
2
my
balls in
gosh.
your zone, then that's fine. You can
can't
qualify
lose.
with 2. Yeah,
Yeah,
you can't
you-
lose.
You can't lose with 2.
You can force an overtime, and the overtime could last forever, and all your hair could fall out as a result. But yeah, you can't lose if you got 2. So they're looking pretty good right now.
Dude, come on.
Nice. Yeah, we need
Oh
to get.
no, it's gonna roll. Hit it out, hit it out, hit it out.
Or
Nice.
I think
Okay,
this is
yellow
going to be
top.
good,
Choose
assuming
that
no overtime.
No overtime. Yeah, they're
We,
gonna
we
hold
both
out.
got gold, so we have a
Moving
good
on to
team,
another
right?
team game
Yeah.
on this
We
side.
have
Yeah.
a
Full lobby rock and
should
roll.
have a
Now,
70
I
kudos
don't want to
now.
say, I don't want to jinx it, but if there was going to be a team game that could eliminate our opponents, it might actually be this one. Because when you've got a lot of people, you can
Oh,
have
wait,
a lot
wait,
of
we're doing
people,
bad right now. Wait, what
the
is this?
NPCs maybe don't know what they're doing.
This is not
Can
looking
really
too pretty, dude.
affect the way that you get the ball down the field here. And taking an early deficit, it looks like the yellow team is
yeah,
kind of
let's go,
behind,
let's
but
go.
blue
Nice,
team gets caught up a
beautiful.
little bit.
Going over to
That's better.
defense.
And it really depends on how many people are going to try and grief as they come over the wall here. The yellow ball coming in just a little bit late, actually propelling the blue ball
wow.
forward.
Nice. Get-
Wow, they got the yellow team actually did get a little bit lucky right there.
We're chilling.
Blue ball for whatever
Big
reason
chiller.
just went right, and somebody stopped the red
Nice,
team.
big
The yellow
chiller.
team was actually looked like they were in
Nice,
last
nice.
place right there, and everyone
Gotta
kind of
keep on
just
again.
let them
Pretty good.
be. Left
Everybody
them
forgot
alone.
about him. Yeah.
Yeah.
Free freezy pick.
And that's good for them. Fortunate for them to move on to the next episode. So
Oh wow, that guy is gone.
little freezy peek in our
Oh, wow, he made it.
FallapaTWOza. Again, the
Oh
season
my
3
gosh, I
games
got
are
hit off
brand
the
new
ball.
to the
Unfortunate. Yeah, I'm not
competition.
getting first anymore.
So it'll be interesting to see if there
Got
are
hit
any
by the
grief
snowball, which
strategies.
is
You
very
haven't seen a whole lot from this side of the bracket. We haven't seen a whole lot of muscle coming from this group 4. But I would love to see people get kind of handsy. You can see that Edward is trying to grab some of these NPCs just to make sure that they don't cause any problems. But
Oh my
will the
goodness,
players
never mind.
interact with each other
Okay,
at all? I
I'll go
wonder.
first. I'll go first. Yeah.
Look at Miggy moan. All alone out there.
Okay.
Melody, I mean, right behind him.
You got the first though, right?
Yep, I got
Oh,
first.
and Ming, unfortunately,
Jeez.
getting caught up on this fan, that's
Dude,
going to
that
actually
monkey
cost him a silver medal at least.
Oh
And
my god.
Yeah, the wind wasn't his friend there, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Also, a monkey kind of just being a griefer, general griefer at the end of the level, because why not, you know,
monkeying around.
monkeying around. Haven't seen any toucans in a while. That's why the NPCs aren't at their strength, you know. The toucan is a beacon of hope for the NPC team, but all they can do is monkey around a little bit. Jump club. I would
I don't
love
think they're
to see
being
a
really
grab here. I'd
griefable,
love
are
to
they?
see a
Or-
little
No, they're not.
cheeky
They're not.
play to try and make this a 2v1 situation, especially if you're the young beans. You know, the young beans are coming into this knowing that they have to make something crazy happen to face off against these kind of legends. And
Oh, he
Chewy
just
is the
got-
first
he
one
got
to make a move
paid
here.
on that thing.
Didn't quite get him though.
Be careful.
Just got to be really careful.
You good?
Triumph is kind of known to just mind their own business. Triumph is
Just
more
get
of
to
a
the finals,
speedrunner and more
we-
of a tactical player than a grabber,
Imagine-
letting
imagine
Chewy
if he
Louie
got
take
knocked
the
out there by
aggressor
trying to do
play
that.
and do all the grabbing for him.
Imagine
Even
all
if
of our
they
players
win the
moving on.
finals here, they would only have a little bit of a lead. I'm pretty sure.
If the big bar
Wouldn't
knocked
be like
him
a
out there.
significant lead.
You hear all four players talking
not
about. They
working.
all
I
on
just
that
keep
squad
grabbing
are very
poking
aware
everything.
of where the kudos are going.
Okay. It's not working.
Okay, I hope they don't hug the wall, which is gonna be pretty bad. Oh, there's a direct path
Yeah.
on this one. So
As we
yeah,
go
that's
to
it.
the wall, guys,
So whoever-
here.
whoever doesn't- oh my gosh, I'm in a bad
Biggie Mo
spot.
and Melody holding on to a slight kudo lead based on medals right now. But I think all of these players are going to know exactly what to do.
Oh, absolutely. Yep. They
Oh, I got it, I
have
got it.
already picked
Nice.
out their path. As soon as the screen scrolls, you can see which path you need to
It's
take.
okay,
And
I think
all
I can
players
get
are
first
pretty
if I don't
keenly
choke.
aware of where they need to
Yep.
be heading next. Looks
Oh,
like this
wow, that was
yellow
close. I almost
section
messed up.
has a little
nice,
bit of an
nice.
area that they
He's
could
right behind me,
potentially jump
so
and
I
dive
need to
to
be
to
careful.
get to
I
the
got
red
wrecked.
area.
Oh, my
Edward gets
God.
pushed off by an NPC with an unfortunate
Nice, let's go.
dive there.
You mean
But
that-
look
you mean
at
that beam
Team
with 20 pounds?
Eminem. We
Alright,
got
should I go in
Miggy
for-
Moan
should I
on
go
the
in for
right
first?
side, and in the bottom left corner we have
no, but they
Ming
might
taking
two-
the gold
they might
medal
two
for
man
his
you.
team.
Okay. Oh my.
At the wall bad.
Oh, he choked again.
Oh,
Yeah, he choked again.
Melody opting to not go for the dive, unfortunately.
Nice. Okay.
She's going to just airball that platform.
Be careful
Takes
of
the
the
dive
grab,
in the
yeah.
second one, able
Yeah,
to get
I
up.
got you.
Beautiful
Yeah,
grab.
Absolutely clutch
Oh, no.
play there
I don't
to
think you can
bring
make this
Edward
one.
off the platform. Melody's going to have to go for the jump dive and is going to be successful, but this monkey
You might
causing
wanna,
problems
you
in
need to
Monkeying
push it.
around.
the last game, monkeying
Yeah.
around again. Yeah, causing problems
no way,
again
no.
for everybody who might come
Unless
in, and
we
it's
move it
just
over here,
Edward
fill
now.
that side.
We're waiting for Edward
No,
to
you
see
need
if
to-
they can qualify,
you-
but they're
no,
not
no.
really in a position. All of these blocks are in a very awkward place. He's going to have to readjust his path here because he's not going to be able to make it up on there.
Yeah, this is gonna be interesting to see how he decides to play this. You see these beans keep trying to jump up. That's not gonna work. It's just not gonna work no matter what you do. I like this play right here, then maybe just wait. But there's only 3 more people to qualify. Okay.
You can kind of see that he's going around this way. You can get up with this block now that the wall is
There it
nice and
is.
low. Makes the dive on the top of the wall, and he's going to qualify. Breathing a sigh of relief there. And now...
I'm sorry, I have to step away for 1 second. I'm sorry.
Yeah, go for it. Go for it. As we move on to this final matchup here. All 4 of our players in the final, but we have 2 players eliminated. Now it's just Chewy Louie versus Wraith in this final, and it's going to be a matter of who has more of an advantageous spot here. And you can see, moving around a little bit, it's really hard to tell. You know, Wraith has kind of got this island all to himself, but Chewy is kind of mixed up with all of the other beans on this bigger platform, giving them some trouble. Chewy's going to have to try and make it across, and look at this. Aggressive dives across the platform. Double grabbing here. Who's going to come out on top? Nobody. They say nobody's winning this crown. We're taking this to a kudos count for this first episode. Let's make it so that nobody walks
quick
away with
leader
the
game is
crown
pretty
here.
good, so you need to be careful as well.
Very smart play from both of those players, if you ask me. And now we're going to our first final of the other round. First episode, Eminem versus Kudos Seekers in a roll-off. Everybody's still in. Everybody's still available. Who's going to come out on top? We got a full lobby of 9 right now. NPCs getting eliminated one by one. Kudos Seekers. Edward goes for the grief. Isn't able to get it
lobby,
on Migimon.
Did you? Oh, wait. Okay. Yeah, but be careful, though.
The communications are flying. Kudos Seekers really talking. Really got their communications up. Let's see here. Any big moves being had here? I think everybody's just kind of being careful. They're watching. They're not trying to do anything crazy. You just have to make sure that you don't get caught on the edge while an opponent sees you
this monkey
and
is pretty
pushes
good.
you
I'll
off.
let you know first. Yeah, this monkey is pretty good.
Yep, the monkey, they're making a comment on the monkey. The monkey's been a griefer throughout this match. Still in this episode too. So if there's an NPC to watch out for, you obviously have to keep your eyes open for that.
Wow.
All of our players are still surviving. A little bit of movement happening, but nobody is making the moves to eliminate any of their opponents. 3 out of 8 eliminated. 6 players remain. Blue Bean's having a little bit of trouble there. A little bit of trouble staying on. You can hear the keyboard click. Somebody playing on keyboard. We got to appreciate that. Makes you wonder if there is an opportunity for a keyboard player to have the advantage here to choose to change their camera at a whim. Edward's playing on keyboard, I hear from the production booth, so it must be them. And yeah, you can move the camera really well, which is to your advantage in this game. And now it's just down to our 4 competitors and the monkey that we've been kind of keeping our eye on this whole time. The monkey's not doing any griefing, just doing their best to survive. Who's going to walk away with this one? It's really tough to tell. The platforms are moving fast. Melody makes a poor call, but so does Edward. So now it's a 1v1 situation, and there is no monkey left. It is 1v1, Ming versus Miggy. Who's going to win? It's Ming takes the crown at the last second there. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, that was a very intense final right there. I mean, it was getting extremely fast. Back in time just to see it. I mean, Ming kind of coming in clutch after Miggy and Melody kind of were, beating them, getting those gold medals on every one of those levels, kind of beating them. But the last laugh and the big kudo count, the crown is going to Ming, and his team is going to take a nice lead after that, probably 600 kudos.
Yep, nice cozy. And you remember Eminem does have the kudos lead just in the races leading up to that. So the lead is it's not substantial. You know, another crown from Eminem in the next round will bring him right back into it, but it's got to feel good to get that crown. It's got to feel good to have a little bit of breathing room. You know, say, hey, even if they do win the next one, even if they do get the kudos advantage on us, at least we've got this buffer so that we can go into the third episode, at least in good standing. So
absolutely.
But yeah,
It'll be
it's
interesting
looking...
to see. Yeah, see how these points go out. I mean, we say that every round, but I mean that's because it's true. You know, none of us are keeping the full kudo count in our head, so it's always interesting to see how these things play out.
Totally. And the fierceness of the other side of the bracket too. We saw all 4 of our players go into a thin ice, and it came down to what platform was the right one to stand on. And Chewy decided, you know what? I'm going to take my opponent down with me. We're both going to stand on this platform, full hug it out. Nobody's getting this crown today. We're going to take it to round 2.
Yeah, and I kind of like that play, but you see right here, this is something Triumph and Chewy are probably not used to seeing too often. But that's them being down on a kudo count based on medals alone.
That's right.
And that's gotta put a little bit of it's probably the first kink in their armor we've ever seen from them. And it's gotta put a bit of fear in them. Like Puffley and Wraith are really good, and we're gonna have to outcrown them. We're not gonna be able to outrace them. We're gonna have to outcrown them.
That's right. Yeah, you don't really see anybody stand toe-to-toe with Triumph and Chewy in the races very often, but the Young Beans have come to play very clearly here. So, yeah, you don't really see them down in kudos very often. Usually they're just off to a commanding lead right out of the gate, but it'll be interesting to see how they react in this situation.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then on the other side, Eminem, again, the lead difference here, just about, my math is terrible, 700 kudos, it looks like, 700 kudos, so just under the amount that would be a full crown.
Yeah, they're gonna have they're definitely gonna have to make that up, but it's possible, which is the most important part. It's possible.
Oh, take a look at this. Take a look at this stream sniping screen right here.
Yeah,
just a gorgeous piece of art right here.
Dehydrates beer. Oh god.
Why do we need Fall Guys beans faces when we can just have Chewy Louie juxtaposed over all of them? I'm surprised he didn't do anything to Bert. You know, Bert is just kind of minding his own business. No Chewy invasion of his face at all.
Yeah.
Oh, you know, we haven't seen a lot of Night Fever here tonight. You know, the darling of season 2 games. I think this one was the one that most people enjoyed most on season 2. Not me. I'm a Wall Guys guy.
We're in the
Me too.
Yeah, we're Wall Guys guys. You know, we're intellectuals though, obviously.
Yeah, we are the intellectuals.
Yes, we the intellectuals, like Wall Guys. But this one's always interesting to see. We're getting the vanilla version right now.
Yeah, no yeets by the looks of it. Just axes in the middle on this slime slide here. No yeets at the bottom. Just plain and simple. Race it out. No gimmicks.
I got hit by the last.
Oh, no.
And Edward just a little bit early on his charge there, leaving the door open for Miggy Moan in the top right to run away with it. Melody right behind. And they're going to like that. They're going to like that for the opportunity. If they win a crown, they might just have the kudos to take back the lead.
Already? Yeah, that's pretty slow then. Yeah, that's my bad. I choked really hard.
And Ming, on the other hand, having a really tough time. I love... Okay, so I just noticed this setup here, but actually getting an input display, using Bongo Cat.
Oh my god, I didn't even realize that it was actually giving him... Oh my goodness.
That is precious. I love
that.
that.
Well, this is the best thing I may have ever seen.
Yes, I can see that.
I didn't even realize. I thought it was just like a GIF that was playing, but you're absolutely right. That is his input display. This is the most adorable thing I've ever seen.
That is super cute. Super cute. You love to see it.
Yeah.
Back to our other matchup now. First race of the episode is going to be a Dizzy Heights. And Puffly Jig right out of the gate, getting bounced off of the spinning platforms, but has the knowledge to stay up and recover himself and keep going through the level. So no gold medals for him, but at least he's not falling behind and maybe not taking a bronze.
Yeah, and you see Team Delete Fall Mountain took that first round personally. They're coming back to try and get it. I like also Puffly Jig, the way he's got the stat finder set up. I really like this, you know.
Yeah, a little stat display, something different from what we've seen. Probably using the same one that we all do, but displaying it in a little bit more of a minimalistic way.
I like it.
Nice.
You like to see it, yeah.
Yeah.
805 wins on that tracker, you know, no pushover at all. And got the kudos lead on the defending champions right now, so. My cat came to say hello again, give me a headbutt, because she does that, you know. She does that. Hi.
Oh.
Had to take a little kitty intermission.
Oh, I get it. I get it. I took a baby hug intermission. I wanted to say goodnight to my son, so totally understand. You know, you gotta get. You know what? It's. You know what? As we're entering year 2 of the pandemic, you got to take whatever small moments of love you can. I mean.
Absolutely, yeah. And she's taking more than just the small moments that she can get. She's always up in the business. And just, yeah, she's a little bit of an attention seeker, as you can see. So joining me in the commentary booth, she's obviously going to have all the hot takes.
Oh, yeet there by Chewy. I like it.
Following up from a yeet by Wraith, not to be outdone, but unfortunately stumbled on the first attempt, so he's going to be a little bit behind. Got to make up some ground now. But leading the charge, somebody who didn't even take the eat at all. Puffly Jig up on the right side. NPC charging down the left side. Might be able to snatch that gold medal from our opponents. And
Wraith.
Yeah, Wraith got thick bonkist right there.
Try to grab me.
It's going to come down to the medal that he gets. You know, if he gets a bronze medal, he's kind of handing some points away back to Delete Fall Mountain.
Oh, you know what? It depends on how he keeps getting grabbed here by this Triceratops. No, yeah, I think that's going to be bronze for him.
Yeah, and if you're Delete Fall Mountain, you like to see that, because that's just 35 more kudos in your pocket that you're closing the gap.
Yeah, it feels like just like that lead that the Young Beans had has now disappeared, and Team Delete Fall Mountain is establishing why they are the defending champions again here with some very impressive performances.
Absolutely.
Let's go. Okay, one of them
Quick
didn't
dip
make it,
over
but-
to the other matchup, and 11 out of 22 qualified. Melody's the last one in. Everybody looks to be safe and moving on to the next round in a ski fall here. Now, of the strategies that you've seen, Graham Cougar, which one do you usually go for ski fall? Do you usually like to kind of keep it safe and go down the side 5-5-5, or are you looking to pick up some points along the way?
No, I'm a 7-8 guy. Simple math, man. 2 times down the slides faster than 3 times down the slide, right? I mean,
absolutely.
You know, yeah, that's my logic. You know, I also think that I've seen situations where if you don't get that 5, you're in the struggle bus, you know. And with how many silvers there are flowing through this first, like, I mean, what would you even call this thing?
Like almost just like a points wheel or something, you know?
Kaleidoscope. I'm trying to think of like the proper. It looks like a kid's like automatic bubble blower machine.
Yeah, something like that. And you got the fans and everything too. So
yeah, but like we just saw Rafe right there. I mean, he only got a 3, so he needs to get. I mean, you need to get a silver right here. And this is where I don't like. I don't like going down again and then going back up for these last 3 points. I think you just go ahead, grab a silver when you can. I mean, but he's just relying purely on this final.
Oh, they're both not in. Oh, I thought they were.
Purely on that final,
oh no.
What do you want to call it? Skee ball right there.
Yeah.
And
tricky strat,
yeah.
But it worked out for him this time, thankfully.
Yeah. In public games, you can do that, but when you get to those private servers and you know, you start putting 60 players who know how to play the game in there, you just can't get away with that. If you're doing the 3 strat, you're only getting 3 to 4, you know, treks down the mountain. I just don't like it. I don't think it leaves enough room for error.
Absolutely, yeah.
Beautiful move right there by Eminem. Both of them. Eminem. I mean, this is a great tiptoe by them. They saw it and cut quick.
Oh my God.
Yep, they were keeping their tabs. You know, all these players, in a lot of cases, these players will know which path is the right one to take just by what they've watched as they're approaching. They get halfway down the track, they already have a pretty good idea of where it is they need to go, and it looked like Eminem had that in the bag. Ming was the 13th out of 13 to qualify there, so losing out big time on kudos. So Eminem's got to be pretty happy about that.
As we go into the jump club, we got some fruit flying at you right now. This can throw a monkey wrench on anyone.
Staying next to me.
For sure. We're talking about monkey business. There might not be any monkeys in this game, but the fruit, we call this like the fruit blender. When you see these fruits flying into the middle
right
here.
there. Wraith might be done. I mean, this might be it for Wraith. I don't know if he's... Oh, my goodness.
Oh, the clutch jump. The bar was moving just slow enough that he was able to get to his feet and stay in this one. That is clutch. And now, you know, like I said, Chewy really likes to go for the grabs on these plays. Will we see it happen again? Yes, he's already kind of pulling his pants down. Wraith really needs to watch his back here.
Oh, my God. Did Triumph just get taken out right there?
Triumph just got taken out.
Yeah, Puffly just took Triumph out in a incredible grab play right there. That is going to turn the tides now. We're looking at 150 some odd kudos that are going to be going to, oh my God, why did I forget their team name right there? To Puffly and teammate right there. It's great play.
I didn't even see that one coming. The Young Beans, it was hard for me to really, like, you know, I was so focused on Chewy and Wraith, and Chewy was really trying to go for Wraith and get him out. But in the background, you see Puffly just catch Triumph by surprise. And, you know, that can be the downside. You know, if a team has that intel on you, they know that Chewy's the aggressor and Triumph is kind of trying to mind their own business, you take out Triumph, and all of a sudden you're leaving Chewy all by himself in this final now.
And we have our 2v1 situation. Normally, I would say this is a great spot for the Young Beans, but I mean, we've seen it enough today to know that's just not true.
Yeah, you know, knock on wood, don't give all of the full credit of the win to the two team right here, the 2v1 situation. Oh, but a fantastic grab from Puffly Jig to stop Chewy in his tracks. Chewy was going to make that jump across to the other blue platforms, and Jiggly said, no way.
Puffly Jig is playing very good, very aware hexagon right there as he just makes his first mistake, missing that orange. It looked like he may have been able to get a lot of extra orange. I like the move right there where he just passed up the monkey. He's going to go ahead and cut off this space, and now he's got some blue all to himself. As soon as I say that, though, unfortunately, Go-Man Mystical Ninja drops down right on top of him. But lets him have it.
This is going to be one of those hexagons, all of the levels kind of bleeding together, and everybody's going to be falling down at kind of the same time here. And now suddenly Chewy has a little bit of an advantage, a couple hexagons on the purple before he has to drop down to the yellow.
Oh, I'm right next to you here.
And it really is going to come down to the last couple layers here. Everybody trying to space out a little bit. Chewy not in the greatest position, kind of has to make a really big jump to make it across, and he misses and falls right into the hole. That was an unfortunate play for Chewy. Didn't see the gap underneath him. It's team the Young Beans to lose now.
Wraith has a space right here. If he plays this right, he's going to be able to get all this yellow while having a lot of blue in his area. Unfortunately, it's disappearing quickly. Nope, he's got a lot of blue now too.
A lot of blue. Jig is getting a little bit cut off on this side. The Knight is taking their space, but the Knight might not have anywhere to go. But look at this incredible jump. The Knight steals it out from underneath him. It's going to be between Wraith and the Knight, but Wraith holds on.
Wow, and just like that, our defending champions are one game away from elimination, and they might be more than 700 down. They might be looking at an 800-900 situation because of that 2v1 they were in. As we see Ming go down, Eminem need this crown right here. We saw Ming come up clutch on the rollout, and Eminem get the crown. Melody again.
With the clutch win in the second round to secure some extra kudos for their team, they're going to be right back in this one. This is going to be the closest matchup of this last bracket.
Gets a smile out of her. She just didn't even care. She didn't even no pop off at all, dude. Melody right there, just cool as a cucumber. Just like, well, Game 3, let's go. Like, that girl's good. That
Yeah.
girl's good. Yeah.
Just incredibly stoic. She's calm and collected and knows what she needs to do, and she's just keeping focus. You know, she can't let the other team get the edge on her, and she's not going to let it happen. So you love to see that comeback.
Yeah, absolutely.
Super cool, super calm.
It's gonna be really interesting right now when you talk about the bottom half of the bracket. Those two teams are gonna be very, very close. Each team having a crown at this point. It's gonna be really, really interesting to see how that plays out. And then on the top side of the bracket, I mean, I think it's shocking when we came into this tournament, what we're seeing right now. But after seeing that first round from the Young Beans, I'm not really super shocked by this. But you're the favorites. I mean, quite frankly, Delete Fall Mountain are the favorites in this tournament. They're the defending champions. They're down right now by a commanding lead. They need to win a crown and get some luck. They need to win a crown and eliminate either Rafe or Puffly Jig.
Yeah, or at the very least, we're looking at about a 800 kudos difference here. So they need to get those gold medals to solidify the win here and the crown. You know, it really, like, the crown has to happen here.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, on the other side, a kudos difference of just under 200 between these two teams. M&M scraping back to take the lead back from the kudos seekers.
This one's close. This one's going to come down to it. You see the kudos seekers. They're kind of winning the race levels. But Team M&M's winning everything else in there. Again, Puffly Jig right here. Give him the shout outs right now. Him and Wraith playing incredible at the moment.
Yeah, the upset team, the force to be reckoned with. Didn't really see this one coming at the outset, but now they are in the power seat against our defending champions, really trying to push for that perfect 0 for 8. All of the teams that made the quarterfinals last time have fallen short into making it into the second day this time around, and Puffly Jig and Wraith are looking to make that the case this time.
Yeah, and right here, your defending champions on the brink of elimination at the moment. About 800-900 points down. It's gonna be interesting to see how this plays out.
Yep, they're no strangers to playing well under pressure. But this it's do or die now. They have one more episode to make it happen. They are definitely some of the best racers. There's no doubt in my mind that they can pull away some gold medals here, but they have to bring it clutch. And lucky for Chewy, he's in the power seat right now, getting the most perfect spawn that you can possibly get. And he's going to have to try and just keep that lead and grab that gold medal to bring it back a little bit.
Yeah, for some reason, I feel like with this spawn, I feel pretty confident in his ability. Because he is just every single time able to get up there.
Every jump.
Every single time. He uses the half pipe to get a little extra speed boost.
Oh,
no problem on the skip.
Got the skip. It was like a half skip. And if he had stayed straight on the course, it's very likely that he might not have made it across. But he makes it look so easy.
Oh my goodness.
Disgusting.
That was beautiful.
Yeah, we can retime that. That's probably the fastest Tundra run that we've seen all FallapaTWOza so far.
Yeah, Puffly right there just kind of got a little bit lucky on that last platform jumper. It put him right in the air and luckily not in the gap, and he was able to hit it again and get over the line. As you see right here, all of our players have qualified. Let's see if we can get a little preview of where their golds. Miggy with the gold medal going to extend their lead just a little bit. And each, every 30 kudos they get are 30 more that, Ming and Edward cannot get the kudos seekers here. And that's gonna allow them to kind of like put them in a do or die, crown or no crown, or crown or go home situation.
Absolutely. And M&M, yeah, as long as they keep up on the races, they might be able to force a no crown situation and keep that lead.
I really appreciate it, guys. I'll try to win it for you guys. Yeah, so try to focus.
It's hard to root against Ming at this moment, though. Just seeing this display is incredible. I love this so much.
It is such a creative way to show your input display. Like most players, they'll just kind of throw up the basic controller, but Ming has taken it one extra step here. And also kudos to playing on mouse and keyboard, obviously, with that display kind of proving that that's how they're choosing to play the game. But the cutest input display of all time. It's upside down, and obviously it's kind of quirky, but it works. It works so well.
That's one of those little details that you don't really realize. You're just like, oh, you know, weird internet cat, like, because internet, you know, and then you realize what's actually going on, and then you appreciate it so much.
Yeah, they're taking weird internet cat and making it something as a like a personalization touch for their stream, and it's so good.
Yo, that does more for me as a stream, like stream graphics, than like all the animated intros you can ever have.
Totally.
Yeah, like for me, like that's like deep personality right there.
Yeah, take note, aspiring streamers out there, if you want to impress Grand Pooh Bear, add a little charm, you know?
Yeah, something unique like that. I love it.
You love to see it.
I think I do.
Coming across the finish line 7th, might just be squeaking a silver medal out of this. Big fans. Obviously, we're going to be waiting a while for big fans to finish up because got to wait for all these NPCs to go. But look at over here, another big fans.
Only fans here right now on FallapaTWOza.
FallapaTWOza?
FallapaTWOza.
Where is everybody?
That's the one. Yeah.
FallapaTWOza.
That's what we call you. That's what we call your segment. FallapaTWOza.
FallapaTWOza, yeah.
I'll try my best. Thanks for cheering me on, everyone.
Chewy Louie grabbing another gold medal in that big fans as well. So basically just waiting for all the NPCs to come in. So chat, I want to hear it. I want to hear. We've got 4 teams in this group, 4 remaining, and it's tight all across the board. Who's going to win? I want to see your chat spam. We have a bit of a history here in the Fall Guys community. Spam this blank to root for blank. Let me see it. Who are you rooting for here?
Me personally, I was rooting for the Young Beans, but I just found out that it's not a wrestling reference. So, yeah, so they're now dead to me again. I'm sorry, boys, but you know, I'm gonna go with the defending champs now, just for just for the story's sake.
He's keeping the contingency alive here. Yeah. Rooting for, I guess, an underdog situation. The defending champions are behind.
They're the underdog. Yeah. Yeah.
But Chewy's bringing those kudos back. We were talking about needing a crown and also some kudos. Chewy is bringing it home for his team.
Oh my goodness, okay.
Got this, man.
There's no yeet on this one, be careful.
Spam this orange if rhyming is hard, says the chat. Perfect.
Not a fan of it. I need to eat. I need it. They suck. And I'm in the back.
All right, pretty large fruit shoot, 18 to qualify. Usually when you see those big numbers, it's a sigh of relief, but guess what? We don't got any yeets on the sides, so it's going to be kind of the brute force of the players. They're not going to be able to rely on that crutch to get halfway up the stage. You just have to hope that your initial landing is good. None of these players getting knocked off at the initial phase.
That's the real question.
And we've seen Melody struggle on this before. Her only non-qualification came on the fruit shoot. She is in the thick of things right now on that right side, but she is able to get past everyone as she takes the blueberry to the face and drops like 4 spots. This is going to be tough for her right now. There's going to be a lot of people, a lot of beans qualifying. She gets ahead of that toucan. That's
again coming in 19 out of 18. If you're Melody, you got to be kind of kicking yourself. That blueberry coming out of nowhere and causing problems. So I mean, at this point, it's the other team's game to lose.
Oh no, I can't believe that happened to her again. She's come up clutch though in some games. Let's see if Miggy Moan can do her a solid and come up clutch. And what I'm assuming is going to be the final game coming up next.
Oh, we got a team game, rock and roll. So
we got rock and rolls everywhere.
Rock and rolls all over the place. Now, again, we kind of expect that our players are going to be good enough to face off and, win the team games. No team griefing allowed in this tournament format, but you can also see the situation here
right now. Yeah, what is going on here?
Blue team not actually learning how to push the ball. We got a couple of kindergartners on the team. That's what happens when you got these 10v10v10 rock and rolls. But at least it looks like the red team is having an even more difficult time getting through. So the blue team might be able to just charge through all this entire yellow army here.
Shit is so corny.
Yeah, the wedge strat doesn't work when everyone wedges.
Nope. Suddenly you're just stopping the ball at that point, and the red team didn't even get over the barrier. So easy quals for the blue team here.
The unearned gold for coming in second. I'll never understand what actually gives gold on rock and roll. I don't get it.
Yeah, me neither. You know, there was some thought that maybe like if you take longer to qualify that it gives you the gold medal as a result of that, but we've waited almost like 3 minutes for that game to finish, and then suddenly, you know, it's still just going. So
yeah, someone once theorized that it's whoever finishes farther left, like whoever's ball is farthest left wins
that
gold.
would be interesting.
Yeah, it also seems unfair, you know, but I don't know.
And also kind of doesn't really answer for the other game, the snowy scrap game, because the gold medals are just as wonky in that one too.
Yeah. We see here Chewy getting heated. Triumph not making it on. Puffly getting an okay yeet. Wraith getting hit as soon as he got yeeted, and you see Triumph again on the struggle bus right now a little bit.
It's gonna be a bad
Only 12 players going to qualify.
This left side is pretty stacked.
Yeah, Triumph's in the back. The only good news is it looks like the right side is not having much extra luck here, so I don't know how many people are getting through on that right side. I think Triumph's going to be just barely able to get through.
First,
Yeah,
I get
not
priority off the
suffering the
map by
same
one of the
fate.
black beans. And then I go for the bean on the left side, and a fruit smacks
Melody
me out
there,
in midair.
going to be able to squeak in just the last spot.
Where's my luck? It's alright, we're live though. It's dope.
12.
There you got Miggy Moan right here.
Not
These teams are in about a virtual tie, I'm guessing. With the going into this final right now.
Oh, we got
And it's a
okay.
Fall Mountain.
Wow.
Okay,
It's a good
well,
one
if
for
you're
Miggy.
Oh, he's behind.
if you're
I'm gonna
Miggy,
give
you
him-
might
I'm gonna-
be
yeah, I'm
looking
gonna
and
bring- I'm
hoping
gonna
that
bring-
there's
yeah,
nobody
I'm gonna
near
go
you. You can already hear that the
welcome,
Kudos
man.
Seekers
I'm
are kind
gonna
of
go
discussing
I'm
their
gonna go
game
with-
plan.
so you
They
can-
know
you can- yeah, I'm gonna
that
go with-
if Miggy
just focus on the bit.
wins, then it's over for them. So one of them probably going to be trying to grab immediately, and there we are.
There it is.
So
there it is.
Edward going to have the
Oh, no, I
lead, going to be
choked.
stuck in
It's
this
okay.
pack.
I
Of
got
course,
him.
if an
He's all the way
NPC
back.
wins,
He's
it's
all
going
the
to
way
come down to Kudos, and it's really tight on the Kudos right now, folks.
Oh no.
Yeah, and you know what? Look at this right here, though. Miggy's already starting to cruise back. Oh, and I jinxed him with the commentator's curse, unfortunately. And now he's just, now he's just getting beat up. Is there a Yeetus that he can take? No, there's not. I don't think Miggy Mo's going to be able to make a comeback here.
It's okay. We got this.
Miggy's kind of just hoping that the NPC comes out on top on this one, because then it's going to come down to Kudos, and that might be the only chance that they really get.
Yeah. That one's gonna be tight. I don't know. I think it's gonna go to the Kudos Seekers. I think, but
It didn't matter.
I don't know.
It's so hard to tell. You
Yeah.
really can't tell until we get our scores in here, but
Yeah,
that's going to be a nail biter.
tight. Yeah, that one's gonna be really, really, really tight.
And look at this, right at the front of the pack, as always, Chewy Louie. Didn't quite get the gold medal, went to an
He's got
NPC,
6, so
but
that's
Chewy and
50%.
Triumph in, nice and safe.
Wait, I got third. And I didn't get
Bronze
top
medals
20.
go to Puffly and Wraith, so a little bit more kudos going Chewy's way. If they get the crown, this could be what they need to win and come back
You
in
got the
this.
silver dose, that's good.
You know,
That
I'm so
means
glad
they both got
NPC
bronze
is
rewards.
just like permeated the Fall Guys community when we talk about in competitions. I'm so glad that
Should be up now, minus
kept
the
going.
win.
Totally.
Yeah, we tied it up.
We even like
Let's go.
adjusted the acronym because they're not non-playable, you know, they're just
Yeah.
non-participating.
Non-participating.
Just gotta keep in mind, their ping is
They
terrible.
play just as an important role,
Try to
so
stay
we
away,
might as well
make sure you're
label
never
them
in a
as
position
such.
to grab.
And we're in a roll-off
At least
2v2
first
now.
off.
This is going to be a nail-biter to watch.
Oh man, I'm nervous.
We're
Delete Fall
also
Mountain
nervous.
needs this crown right here, or it is all over. All eyes are gonna be on that left side of the
So it's
screen
not a big
right
gap.
now. See how they handle this. Meanwhile, the young beans, all they need to do is just make sure Delete Fall Mountain gets eliminated. And you see right away they're kind of sticking around Triumph, and this is, I like that. But you don't want to get in a situation where you make a mistake. Oh yeah, right here. Good move. Good move.
Look at
I like
this.
that by Puffly.
Yep.
Yeah. I like
Just
that. Why
getting in
not?
their face. Lots of grabs, kind of pushing them around. Now, not to jinx anything, not to try and like ruin the outcome of this event, but only one team has ever timed out a roll-off, and it's the team we're looking at right now. Delete Fall Mountain, Triumph, and Chewy together are the only duo in history that have ever come away with a timeout on this game. So this is their home court right now, and it's theirs to lose.
I didn't even realize you could time out this game.
Gotta wait
Either
5
of
minutes, though. 5 minutes is a long time.
5 minutes is so long on this game. I mean, what? Because once it starts going, like that last, like,
Oh my
as you
God,
see
why
right
is he so
there,
bad?
Chewy is down. I mean, Puffley was all over him that whole round, and the pressure just was too much. Made a bad dive right into the slime.
Those strats were very aggressive, and I really liked that. Puffly Jig wasn't really trying to go for a direct push into the slime, but really just kind of catching Chewy at the back end of the wheel, and that's all it took. Now Triumph has to try and outlive both of his opponents here. Oh, Puffly just barely holding on.
Make me nervous. Neither of them going after Triumph right now. I mean, I think this is a situation. Oh, no. Wraith's gone. Oh, my goodness, Wraith.
What a save.
Wow. I mean, that was luck. I mean, I'm there. Yeah, that's...
There. Oh my gosh,
Oh
how are
my
they
God.
still alive? And
God.
Triumph takes a
Dude.
dip into the slime. It's these guys' game to lose now.
That's
I mean,
so
they needed the
fucking
crown.
Trash. He was
Yeah.
nowhere near me.
But yeah, that's.
All of a
I
sudden
mean,
I'm off
that's
the
it. That's gonna. And you see Puffley celebrating. He
Let's
didn't care. He just went
go.
right into the slime right there after that.
Hey.
Wraith's gonna go ahead and add to that crown
Let's
count, though. He doesn't want to
go.
be seated low in the next FallapaTWOza. It's like, how do you time out when it's like this? It's ridiculous.
I'm not
to
gonna
me.
let that go to a timeout.
Some patterns are a
especially
little
after
bit
they
better than
got the
others, but yeah,
timeout
it's pretty
yesterday.
ridiculous. It's pretty hard
Especially
to
after they
make the
got that
timeouts
timeout
happen
yesterday.
here.
Not letting
And
that
yeah,
happen.
Wraith wants this win.
Hey,
He's
yeah,
not going to let it go. Oh,
Let's go.
Oh,
Getting
I'm being
pushed into the
giggling
slime.
werewolf, dude.
That's
Number
gonna-
one. Yeah,
that's-
that guy's really good.
Doesn't matter though. That is going to be enough for them to move on. You're defending champions. I mean, just dominating performances over and over and over again from Team Delete Fall Mountain, and not just in this tournament, and other tournaments out there. And shocking when you came into it. Not shocking after you saw the Young Beans play though.
after you see that performance, I mean, it really goes to show that no matter how many crowns you've accumulated, no matter what size of crown pile that you're sitting on, it really can come down to just the clutch plays from any player if they know what they're doing. And the Young Beans are proving that against our grand champions, Delete Fall Mountain. Going to be moving on as a result of taking the crown away from them. But before we showed the scoring screen, we're obviously tabulating the scores for the match that we just saw. Those scores are still coming in. Before we take a trip over to the scorecard, I really want to drive in home just how close that other matchup was. Because we were looking at a situation where Eminem was maybe 200 points ahead, but lost Melody in an early fruit shoot. Going into a final, nobody wins the crown. It comes down to the kudos. Who's it going to be?
Oh my God. I have no idea. I feel like it's within 2 medals though. I feel like it's within 2 medals.
You think it's within 2 medals? It's got to be close. It's got to be close. I'm putting money on the fact that it's like the closest matchup that we've seen. And again, I've been talking about how all of our quarterfinalists have been knocked out. Now our defending champions have been knocked out. Eminem, the only quarterfinalist team with a chance to make it on. Will they be able to do it? Let's take a trip over to our scorecard and find out.
Oh my gosh, the production just debated on the production right here. No secret. Puffly Jig and Wraith able to advance. However, if you look at it, the math there, Chewy coming in with that 720 at the round 3. That math was there for Triumph and Chewy if they got that crown to win. Oh, come on.
Production really throwing us for a ride here. They really want to hold on. They don't want to let us know who won that other matchup. It must be real close. But yeah, the Young Beans are the story here, taking out the defending champions by a margin of about 700 kudos, even with Chewy getting 700 kudos in one episode based on gold medals, not able to bring it home.
Puffly Jig. Oh my God.
My God. Would you look at the difference?
Not even a medal separating them. Just for the record, guys, the difference between each medal, 105 points for a gold medal, 75 for a silver, 45 for a bronze. You're looking at it right here. This is less than 1 medal difference between these two teams.
20,
Team Eminem.
Kudos separates these two teams, basically a tie, and just Eminem able to hold on. Thankfully, no crowns awarded in that final episode, meaning that they are the only of our quarterfinals teams reappearing on the second day as a result of that matchup. It does not get any closer than that. Major credits to Eminem for holding on here.
Yeah, clutch plays right there from both Miggy and Melody tonight. I mean, that was very, very, very incredible to watch. I mean, that was definitely the hardest road to get to Sunday. These two had to fight.
Absolutely. Both times they were in a situation where they had to make a clutch play in that third episode in order to kind of stay alive, and both times they did it. You know, we're in a situation where, you know, if Melody had only caught 290 sea bass in Animal Crossing New Horizons, we wouldn't be in the situation we're in right now.
And there you're looking at it, ladies and gentlemen, coming down to your top 8. It's all happening tomorrow. Tell us what time and everything's happening tomorrow, Dangers. Give us the full breakdown of the rest of this tournament.
Meet us right back here at 2 p.m. Eastern. We're going to be starting up these quarterfinal matches. You're going to see the Virtuous Visitors taking on 2 Peas in a Pod. You're going to see Trip and X taking on Moose and Goose Bright at 2 p.m. Eastern. And at 3 p.m. Eastern, the rest of the quarterfinals will take place. Baby Bear, Gas, and the Young Beans and Eminem facing off in our first action tomorrow. So you want to be there right at 2 p.m. Eastern. Semifinals action starting at about 4 p.m. Eastern. You're not going to want to miss it. Who's going to come out on top? And again, I'm blown away. You know, a lot of the favorites in this tournament for me, you had Team __ with Phantom for the dynamic duo getting eliminated early in the first round. You have Stud City, the first ranked seed of the tournament with the most crowns out of anybody, getting eliminated in that second round by the Virtuous Visitors. Complete upset. And on the bottom of the bracket too, you've got the Young Beans taking out the grand champions. I couldn't have seen any of this coming, and I cannot wait to see what happens tomorrow.
Yeah, it's shocking. Quite frankly, it's shocking. But that's what makes competitive Fall Guys weirdly such a fun esport. I mean, we talk about it every single tournament. It for some reason it just translates really good into tournament play. And part of the reason is you really never know what's going to happen. You never know who's gonna come out on top.
That's right. You know, it doesn't matter how many crowns you have. Everybody kind of sits on a level playing field when it comes to Fall Guys, because it's just about what the strats you know. And when you apply them in a competitive setting, anything can happen.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, that has been it for the first day. If you want to catch more FallapaTWOza action, you're going to have to join us again at 2 p.m. Eastern tomorrow. Grand Pooh Bear, thank you so much for joining me in the booth. It's been an absolute pleasure.
Oh, my pleasure, man. Thank you for having me. It's been an honor to be a part of this prestigious event, and I'm super excited that you and your community are helping keep competitive Fall Guys going. This is all community driven, baby. So thank you so much for doing that.
You know it, community-funded event here, sponsored by the community fully, keeping the Fall Guys competitive scene alive, and there's so many good streamers and gamers to showcase playing this game that we all love. So it's been honestly just my pleasure to be able to host something like this. So,
yes,
and many more to come. You know, FallapaTWOza 2 happening this weekend. You can almost imagine there's going to be a FallapaTWOza coming sometime at the end of February. So
you're gonna see diminishing returns on this numbered game here. FallapaTWOza.
Yeah, it's going to be a little bit of a mouthful eventually. You know, FallapaTWOza. You know, it just doesn't roll off the tongue quite the same way, does it? We're gonna have to start coming up with themes. You know how Fall Mania did it.
Yeah, that's what we eventually did. You know, the subtitles. Most of our subtitles were come up by Mike though on the spot.
Yeah,
so.
Like under NPCs, which was great. After that All Stars episode where the NPCs won all the crowns, we're just like, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, yeah, it's been an absolute delight. We're gonna go ahead and call it. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We'll be back for some more FallapaTWOza action tomorrow. Stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good night.